Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the sick and diminished edition of Utapau. We are we are down 2 cast members today, which is for now. We are hoping that Charles is going to show up today, but we have no evidence to support that. So Chris.
My money is on him not showing up.
Marshall's
down
sick.
5 credits.
We lost the recording of last episode's. So really, this is just one giant shit show. But welcome, but you're used to that. So welcome to the Dunes of Utapau. And I'm joined by only 2 people today, and that is Marshall Pearson and the one and only magician extraordinaire, Excalibur the Fifth, Corey Wadsworth 12. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Hi.
I lost my title, Esquire. I'm so disappointed.
I just forgot. I abbreviated. It's still there. It's just on the record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I understand. I get a new title every week. It's hard to keep up.
So, Marshall, how are you doing?
Yeah. It's about what it sounds like. I've got so much fucking mucus in my lungs that I can barely breathe, and I also am having trouble speaking, and I've got a small headache, and my ear canals that give my body the ability to track balance are all fucked up because of this, and so I can barely walk. So this is like a really good day to do it.
And you don't have to walk during the session. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess I'll cross off the... Huh?
Are you faring any better than Marshall?
I'm feeling great. I just got over fucking getting whatever was fucking me up past few days.
Right.
I'm healthy. I'm ready to go.
Give me your vitality.
No!
So, I just wanted to send Charles a message just in case he is around. Since we lost the recording last session, do the 2 of you want to try and work together to put together a recap this time?
All right.
Please, Toe. Please go. Please.
All right. Last session was a great session. What we did is we banded together as best friends to kill a giant spore pod that I believe knocked Charles out of the fight real quick, and also Marshall out of the fight real quick. So it was basically just I'm totally not the Emperor, but I'm the Emperor, Merkava, and then me. And eventually I got real attracted to that spore pod, if you know what I mean. I just couldn't help but touch the long, stringy tentacle at the center of the spore pod. But Merkava didn't like that idea. He was like, let's not be touching long, stringy spore pod tentacles. And tried to force push me into an elevator. But that caused a little bit of a quarrel between me and him, and I got 2 really good crits on him to the point where he started bleeding out. I went and touched the long, stringy tentacle and reached Nirvana. Afterwards, we all woke up and we're having a good time. And we're trying to figure out how to carry Merkava's now bleeding out corpse to a Bacta tank. So he didn't bleed out and die. So eventually we came up with a solution where...
Is it the final one?
Yes. It was indeed the final solution out of the ones that we proposed. Of Marshall carrying him Man, was Kasari's hell of athletic. You know, she broke record time running from the Churka Corporation to the inner city clinic.
And just to give you a little insight on Kasari, she kind of did that because she's tired of Cedric Muscle Man patronizing her. He does it every fucking episode, and she's done with that shit.
Yeah.
He keeps breaking his fucking legs like a goddamn goof. And then he makes fun of her for not being as strong as him. Fuck him. He's gonna break 3 more legs before we're even out of this campaign.
Yeah, he's not even showing up on time.
He's dealing with some shit in character.
But, yeah, so we run over and put good old Merkava in a bag to take while I, Sless, am watching over all his equipment and also playing a good game of Snake.
Which you are in our skill.
Yeah. We're apparently planning on taking this to esports. You know, Star Wars esports. Celeste has all the plans to do that. He just needs to get off this planet, and also to stop touching long, stringy spore pod tentacles. But he's trying to get over his addiction. In other news. Eventually, we all, as a group, while Chris is in a back to tank. By the way, it should be noted that Chris got two more critical injuries while this is happening. One of which was losing a limb, his left leg, I believe.
I think it was crippled, not.
He broke it. He didn't lose it.
No, he lost a limb.
He lost his leg, and then he
Yeah.
crippled his arm again. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, he crippled his arm.
He's so fucked.
So we all go back to good old Spore Pod Central, and I can't remember what we were doing there. We were discussing something. Oh, we were discussing, I basically had, Cedric touch the long stringy tentacle as well to reach Nirvana, and Kasari refused, because she was too good for it, or something. And eventually, the big conclusion at the end of that episode was Cedric running to the inner city clinic so that he could see if Merkava wanted to touch the long stringy tentacle, touching the back to tank, and then suddenly hearing a very familiar, very evil voice in his own head.
And that was Putty's voice.
Yes.
I am evil. I am familiar. This is all true.
But also the Emperor's voice was heard, but that's irrelevant.
As
You don't know that.
as played by Putty Gash. Anyway,
Marshall, do you have anything to add to that?
well, I will say that was definitely from the perspective of a diseased monster. Meanwhile, in Kasari Land, she had a great time killing all the bad guys. It was actually a really awesome battle earlier in the session. Well, actually, it was like the whole first 2 hours of the session, wasn't it? It was like really long.
Mm-hmm.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half, okay.
Yeah, we broke. Actually, I think it was an hour and 40-ish minutes. We broke afterwards, but a little later.
Hour and a half, hour and 40. And
Yeah,
I
something
just
like that.
remember we broke like midway between the session.
Yeah, so it was pretty great. And then, but she got knocked out in it. And when she woke up, everything was fucked. Merkava was bleeding to death. The other two, Cedric and Sleth, were like high on something. At least that's what it seemed like to her. But then she later realized that Merkava warned her that they're sick, and that the sickness has something to do, has some sort of altering property.
No,
on their minds.
you're sick, Marshall.
Okay, well, anyway. I don't know how to deal with the extreme levels of gaslighting there. But yeah, so I was, I know that they're sick from, well, obviously I know they're sick. We know that because they've told me. But I now know, I'm pretty confident that the sickness has some effect on the brain, and that's what's causing them to want to, like, fuck off with this vine so much. And now they're talking about going to this pool, and she is not up with that shit at all. So we're definitely not gonna like run to the pool because that sounds horrific. And I'm fairly certain that they will die if they get in that pool. Well, I'm not certain they'll die, but something really bad I think is gonna happen if they get into the pool. So
I don't know what you mean.
dude, nothing ever good happens of fucking hive mind pool swimming ceremonies, man. That's never a happy ending. That's not a Disney.
This time it's gonna be different. You need to touch the tentacle. You'll understand.
By the way, I marked on the map in green circles where you saw the energies coming from, and I marked in orange where the stronger one was, just in case.
Well, I am blind as fuck because I can't see the orange.
Yeah, it's underneath the green over here. I know it's a little hard to see. I'll make it bigger.
It's literally not. I can't see it at all.
Yeah, it's...
I can see edges at one side. Oh God.
Oh Jesus! You moved everything except the circle.
It's alright. It's alright.
Now it's just really big. It's still green.
No. Look. Where the green was, the orange should be there. Unless I put it on the GM layer.
No, the orange is not
It's
there.
okay. I figured it out. It's on the GM layer. It's there now.
I see
it.
I see it.
You see it?
Yeah.
Wait, let me make it bigger. Yeah. Right. And then I'll make the green one smaller again.
By the way, viewers, you might want to cover your mouth because I can get you sick through the internet and also through time because I will probably be well by the time you're seeing this. I hope so. Jesus. God, I better not rewatch this later. I might get myself sick later.
Here you go. Okay. Oh, I'm doing it. There you go.
Oh my God.
Everything's good now, right? You can see the greens, you can see the oranges.
Yeah, this is just a color palette of wonder. This is a Technicolor Dreamcoat right here, bud.
Excellent. So, Celeste was up at the penthouse of the Zerka building. Meanwhile, at the end of last episode, Kasari was running towards the clinic, and you arrive there. You walk into Merkava's room where you had sensed this overflow of dark energy. It's gone now. And you see Cedric seeming to close up Merkava's Kolto tank, wearing the gauntlet of justice on his right hand.
What?
And he's also wearing a ring on his left hand.
No, it's the signet ring. Oh fuck, my character doesn't know about that, but
no.
Oh man. Fuck. That is, I'm guessing does it look like a signet ring? Does it look like it's a ring used for sealing documents?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So Kasari goes, I read about that. No, just kidding. Anyway.
It's a ring that you've seen Merkava wearing since you met him.
Oh, okay. So I do know that. I'm pretty certain that Cedric just took it off Merkava. That it's not like his.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You can make that deduction. Actually, make an easy education check, just in case you're really stupid.
Now if I end up fucking this up, then I will... Then...
You think, oh, Cedric could own a ring like that. It's not exclusive to Merkava.
Yeah. Also, I just accidentally popped up something that the viewers saw for a moment that was like... I have an app on Google Chrome that turns every instance of Trump's name into Drumpf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I just accidentally popped that up. Anyway. Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's
now
a thing
fake
from
news.
John. It's a thing from John Oliver. Anyway, what do you want me to do? Roll an easy education check?
That's right.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say which skill, but that is a skill.
Knowledge, education.
Yeah, I'm on top of it now, bud.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
I'm flying with the fucking wind. Oh man.
So yeah, no, the gauntlet you obviously recognize as something
because I've had a lot of tasks with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas the ring you think, oh, I never noticed that Cedric had a ring before. You know, that's really interesting. And
that's really interesting.
As he gets out, he turns to you and says, "Oh, that was a close one. This could have really hurt his recovery."
Wait, shouldn't we wait for Charles? Oh, okay, never mind. I know what's going on. I say, what were you doing in his tank? And what are you doing with the gauntlet?
I realized that this stuff conducts electrolytes, and within Kolto, that would have just been a disaster if you'd been in there for hours. Plus, would have done no good for the gauntlet. Or the ring. This metal really erodes easily.
You shouldn't be wearing the gauntlet. You told me yourself that you think it's a bad idea to wear it.
Well, you know, I was thinking about it.
I'm pretty sure back when we did the gauntlet thing, Cedric was very adamant that none of us should wear this thing, so... I specifically remember him saying we might have to cut it off Chris, so this would probably seem pretty weird to me.
Mm-hmm. So he says, oh, you know, I've been thinking about it, and after seeing you and Merkava use it for so long, I thought, well, it didn't have any negative effects, and really, it is a powerful tool, and honestly, there isn't enough justice in this galaxy.
No, it has super negative effects, Cedric. It corrupts your mind. It turns you into a different person.
Maybe in the hands of a Padawan, but trust me, I can help.
You already sound like it's affecting you. You're talking about justice.
I've always loved justice. So
you have never fucking brought this up until now.
It's one of my morality traits.
Well,
justice.
Then your player is terrible at role-playing that. Sorry. I got my digs in for the episode. I say,
Is that your dig? Is that it? Is that your quota?
I gotta get at least one in specifically on Charles. Everyone else is just profit. But I need to get.
Yeah,
one
this
in.
is you gotta get one in on Chris too. I decree it as the GM.
That's true. Well, I'll find him and I'll kill him. I mean, dig him. A grave. Ha ha ha. Anyway, I say, look, Mister. I am dealing with a lot of fucking fires right now, so that's just another fire I have to put out later. God damn it! And also, what you said you took the ring out of there too?
Yeah, and he shows you the ring. It's you know, it's a signet ring, and he says the metal could erode really easily, and I know this means a lot to Merkava, and I thought the safest place is on my arm because it never goes missing, right?
Yeah, but that's factually untrue. Your arm goes missing more than any arm I've ever seen.
This arm has never gone missing.
Yeah, but that is just a way of saying it's definitely going too soon. Like, like if you have a shark and he has knocked out on accident every single tooth in his fucking jaw except one, that's the tooth that's going next. We just know it. Anyway,
all foreshadowing, damn it.
And slowly takes the ring off of his finger. How about you put it on? Keep it safe.
Okay. I grabbed the ring. What does it look like?
It's like a dark silver metal with an insignia on the top. See, you don't recognize the insignia.
Could you describe it?
It looks like some sort of like a symbol from a language, but it's jagged and a very crude engraving. But it looks somewhat important. There are like not embroidery, but like those kind of patterns around the symbol, as if the symbol is important in some way.
Yeah. Etching, I think. Well, I'm not sure what it would be called.
Yeah,
but...
I think that's good.
Anyway, I say, why did Merkava have this ring? What the hell is this?
I'm not sure. He started wearing it after the war, so it might have something to do with that, but I never thought to ask him about it. Maybe I will one time. Actually, what is your discipline?
My discipline is 100 proficiency die, so you can eat a dick, Emperor. No, just kidding. It's two.
Good thing the Emperor has 200 proficiency die.
It's two yellow and one green. Should I roll or?
He'll roll. I need to compare the stats Charles would have right now. Let's see what sorry, what was it again? What was your discipline?
2 yellow, 1 green.
And then Charles, Charles now. Okay, I gotta work out because I. Okay.
What is happening? Oh, uh-oh.
You think he's being earnest with you?
Wait. It's 2 proficiency. It's 2. It would be 2 red, not 1 red.
Okay, we'll take off that second red then. Sorry, that second blue. That second.
Purple.
Thank you.
Oh!
So, he's clearly... he's clearly not telling you something about that ring, and he seems edgy about it. In fact, you notice a strand of dark side force energy as he tries to tell you about that ring. Coming from Cedric.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh no. But I'm not gonna. Oh no.
Kasari ready to arrest 2 Jedi
Dude,
Masters.
I have to arrest everyone because you're fucking high on disease. Like, literally, everyone is. I need a robot pal. I need to find another one of those HK droids and make them my deputy or something because this is fucking ridiculous.
Anyway,
To be fair, Celeste hasn't fallen to the dark side or anything through his will. Once he recovers.
All I'm saying is, in your current state, I'm really worried you'll kill yourself in an evil pool of sickness or something.
Okay.
I'm not blaming you. I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying I have to keep.
Well, when I was talking about arrest was like once we get off this planet, arrest.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I won't be arresting you. You're fine. Ironically, you've done the least evil things so far between you and the 2 Jedi Masters. Actually, they're not Masters. They're Knights. I don't think they've officially been mastered.
No, I don't think either of them were.
I think what our discussion was like, well, they have the power of a Master. Neither of them really had the spiritual guidance needed to be one, and that's like a more important component.
Yeah, and we had roles for it too, didn't we?
Well, yeah, and I think those roles were to decide if, like, Cedric was mature enough spiritually, and anyway.
Merkava, I think you would know this, Kasari. Like, you would know that Merkava was still kind of a field Jedi, but had long periods of rest between missions, longer than most, and was well trusted by the Council, whereas Cedric was a temple guard on Dantooine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This was after the war?
After the war, yeah. I mean, Cedric had a long break before taking up his post. Merkava
Wait,
had
does
a long break.
Cedric have the Temple Guard lightsaber then?
Not with him.
They probably take that once you leave.
Huh.
I'd imagine that's not really like your property. I'm thinking that's like, standard tool of the job. Okay. I say, look, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but you and Slash, and maybe even Merkava, are very sick, and I think it's affecting you.
He rubs his arm, and you can see that there's a little rash developing on it. I'm very aware of how sick I am, but I don't think it's getting to my head. Not anymore. I look at Merkava, and I don't want to end up in that tank, so I've snapped myself out of it. But I want to get to the bottom of this. We can't run away from this problem. We need to find out what's going on here.
No, certainly. I think we need to find a way to cure you, or else you'll die.
Solution, since apparently he's over it. Just give me the 1 vial of medicine. I'll chug it. We'll be good.
She says to you, I don't think you want to hear this, but I actually think that power I sensed when I touched the vine, we should probably investigate it.
Why?
Because if that's the strongest source of energy in this network, then maybe that's the cause, the root cause. Root because it's a plant.
Oh my god. I force choke the Emperor for making that pun. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, your lack of comedic timing disturbs me. But yeah, I say, well, it's better than any plan I've got. Do you have any idea where that is?
Yes, when I touched the vine, I got a good view of the city. I think I know where it is.
Where?
There are some buildings to the west of the skyscrapers. One of them, I think, has it.
Oh, you mean on this level? Also, left is a weird...
I said west.
Oh, west. I thought you said left. That makes sense. I say, good sir, we should probably go get Sless.
Indeed. And I still want to investigate that penthouse a little more.
Penthouse? Which penthouse?
The one Sless is in.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Plus is excitedly swirling around in an office chair.
We head to the Zerker Corp.
You notice that the elevator goes all the way up to the 20th floor without delay this time.
Yo, we gonna murk y'all. Oh.
I just wanted to move people to their starting positions. Hey, go on.
You guys see Sless spinning around in the chair.
You luck getting those terminals open?
No.
Any luck on the game of Snake?
Yes. I rolled to see how high my score was.
Yeah, make an easy esports check.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Sorry, computer games check.
The meme is strong.
It's not a meme. He even put like XP into it.
That doesn't make it not.
You have the second best score on the Circa network.
Oh wow! I say
You're not sure whether this network was this building, this planet, or whether it's like all Circa corporations everywhere.
Oh, well, doesn't matter. I say I just got the second highest score in the Circa network. So I say pretty good. Esports championship, here I come.
What?
What?
What is it? What's up here again?
There are some terminals on these desks, and there are hatches/doors. This side, and this side of the building.
I'm gonna go up to the western hatch.
Oh, I've been meaning to ask, Cedric. Do you have any of those? I'm completely spacing what they're called. The med
Midichlorians?
stem packs. Do you have any stem packs?
Yes. Yes, I do.
May I have one?
I'm sure. Yes, sure.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He was totally about to say, "I'm sure Cedric would be okay with that."
So I think that's your first. I don't know if it is actually.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it is.
It is your first. So yeah, recover 5, and I'll add you to my stim table. S. Right.
Good.
There's a small like not terminal but little plate, on the wall, little access pad that requires a 4-digit code. You think you could access the BIOS with a little bit of tweaking, so you could give it a hack if you wanted to try.
You know what? Let's give it that Kasari touch.
Oh, you're just going for
No, I mean, what's the difficulty on the hacking?
Oh, okay. Dude, the Kasari touch means very different things. It's easy. It's an easy computer check.
Yo.
Oh, success. So the door opens into a medium-sized room, and as you look around, you start to realize that this is a shuttle.
Oh, sweet Mama Jamma. I go up to the shuttle. How big is it?
It's about a medium-sized room, probably about half the size of a floor of the Galaxy Plunger.
The ship or the room is?
There's only one room. It's a small.
Oh, you mean the room aboard the ship?
Shuttle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You go straight from the penthouse into the shuttle. There's no room in between. The room is the shuttle.
Oh.
Mm.
Does it look like the shuttle is ready to launch?
You see some controls. It's not powered on right now, and you also notice that it has no a hyperspace drive to speak of, but you know, it doesn't look damaged.
I go outside and I say, "Hey guys, there's a shuttle in here."
Huh.
Ooh, can it get us off this planet?
Well, it can get us out of the atmosphere, but it doesn't have a hyperspace drive.
Oh.
But we could use it to get into the upper city.
Is this a better solution than just using the elevator?
Well, I was saying if the elevator doesn't work, because I don't think we've actually tried. I go up to the east door.
It looks like the same mechanism. So
I get out.
Check
I get out my Haxar skills. Boom.
The door opens and like you're about to walk in, but in the last second you realize that like the door is opening into nothingness, and you're about to fall down this giant skyscraper to the inner city below. It looks like by the attaching mechanisms you see outside the door that there was once a shuttle here.
I close the door and I say, "There used to be a shuttle docked here. Not anymore, though." I say, "Cedric, you wanted to check something out here. What was that?"
I guess I'll have a look and see if I can hack into one of these computers. Oh god, it's just going to be Cedric's intelligence. Oh god.
I thought Cedric was going to enter the Universal Emperor passcode that allowed him to access all computers.
Cedric's smart today. There's some conversation logs on here.
Oh.
You guys want to see them?
Yeah, maybe you can read them. My voice is kind of fucked up today, Cedric.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, in the minutes since last, since it wasn't.
Yeah, indeed.
Fucked up minutes ago. I don't know.
Are you sure you're not the one suffering from the sickness?
Well, I definitely have some. I think I have throat cancer.
Okay, so there are seems three or four people talking here. Is everything in place? Almost. What do you mean almost? Manipulation is an art, not a science, especially on this scale. You speak as if you know of manipulation. What do you know, girl? More wisdom than you, that's for sure. Enough of this, will it be ready in time? Certainly, but you know I intend to evacuate. Your sentimentality is a weakness. This is bad business, I will make the most of it. Bad business? This serves to make us all richer. But at what cost? You let me deal with that. Carry out your evacuation. Whatever you say, Dragon Queen. This is odd.
Dragon Queen. Also, what the fuck? DK definitely stands for Donkey Kong, right?
Ooh, I'm also second highest in that game too in the Circa Corporation.
You're already a Donkey Kong champ, bro.
Well, I haven't competed in any of the global esports section yet, but I'm close. If I'm this good in the Circa Corporation network, then I must be this good in the world.
I hear there are a few satellite stations nearby not nearby, but in this sector that have a few esports tournaments. Maybe we should check them out.
Indeed. I'm totally sure that should be our priority.
Celeste, you want to read the second conversation I found?
No, buddy, it's you're the one who's reading them.
Wow. Where will I find the codes? At the security bay near the vault. Do you really think this will work? Absolutely, but it takes a second. It takes but a second for the entire system to be broken. Cutting power to the upper city will be fatal. In more ways than one. Is that a conscience I sense? Maybe, but the wheels are in motion. Indeed they are. And what do you start to gain from this? Chaos. Like the Republic will care about Malastare. So short-sighted. 1,000 ripples creates a wave, you know. An Ordito? Collateral damage. An unfortunate loss, both of them. They were good deals. As have you been.
As have you been. Wow. So, Donkey Kong really just is using all these fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe DK stands for Dragon Queen, but spelled like this.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And what about Dragon Queen 2? Uh-huh.
What do you guys think this means?
What does any of this mean?
I don't know. I'm sure if Charles wanted to throw his hat in the ring as he always does, saying, "Oh, I know who it is, but I'm not going to tell you."
I would always tell you guys. No secrets here. I'm a Jedi.
I almost...
You know, I don't quite believe that.
Okay, I'm an open book. Ask me anything.
What is my middle name?
Shoss.
Really? I never knew my middle name.
Okay.
This was not a quiz question. It was like, Dad? Okay. I say it sounds like even the perpetrator of this crisis was thrown under the bus at the end.
Well, there's a missing shuttle pod.
You know, now that I think about it, we could use the shuttle in the other room to get to that one building faster with the pool.
I mean,
You don't even have to deal with all the zombies that are walking between it.
it's quite nearby. What if the zombies are attracted to the noise of a shuttle landing?
Well, then we'll just have to accept that.
I mean, it's only an elevator right away. I mean, I'm happy to use the shuttle, but it seems a little heavy-handed, don't you think?
He is so not happy to use the shuttle.
Did you say that in character?
No.
Oh,
Frankly, I just want to fly something to calm my nerves.
Oh, okay, buddy. Let's do it.
How about you take a few laps in it then?
Yeah. Watch out for the security systems, though.
Oh yeah, the
Okay.
giant laser guns.
I get in the shuttle, Putty.
Cedric follows. Does Kazari?
Sure.
Okay, the controls look very simple to you. You think you can get this thing flying pretty easily.
Okay. I begin to fly it, and I'm going to take it to that building.
Okay, looks like we'll switch over to that map. Oh, that doesn't look like that map. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Where do you intend to land?
Right in front of it.
Right. Okay. I want you to make an easy planetary piloting check because you're going between some skyscrapers. It's pretty hard takeoff. Okay, so you majestically, and of course you did this to calm your nerves, so you're staying off.
I also need to roll to disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's boost.
That is indeed boost. The sickness is in fact affecting you in real life. So you heal one strain, calming your nerves as you majestically soar between the buildings before a nice, careful landing, probably in this corner so you're not blocking any doors. And as you leave, you cautiously notice that there are a bunch of the infected around, very close to you actually, but they're paying you absolutely no attention, and they're walking into this building.
I begin to set out
Which
and
building?
say, the one with all the circles around it.
Gotcha.
Either way, I set out, get out of the shuttle, and say, "All right, let's go inside."
So as you walk in, you notice a bunch of infected sitting in a circle around another spore pod. Slash, the pull you felt towards the spore pod was very great as you walked in. However, after a little while, you got these commands to walk towards it and just give yourself to it. But after a little while, all of that disappears, as if for this moment, for this choice, you're given complete free will by the network.
Like I'm no longer compelled anymore?
You're not compelled to do anything.
I look back and did the group follow me?
Cedric did.
I did.
I suddenly feeling completely different and really confused. I say, I suddenly don't know why I walked here anymore.
I wonder what's going on in there.
You
They're
know,
all just sitting there. There's some amalgamations in the corner.
sorry, maybe, and Cedric, maybe we should just leave. I don't quite know if I want to be here anymore.
You want to find out what this thing is?
You know, I do want to get better. I don't quite care what this is anymore. I was really interested for some reason, and now I feel as though I shouldn't be interested.
I have no problem with you waiting outside.
Kasari?
I mean, what are you asking?
Should we leave? I'm saying I think we should leave.
Here's the thing, Sles. I'm not sure that we can cure you. But I think one way of doing it might be destroying the source of this.
You know,
As
I'm
you say,
always up for...
As you're having this conversation, you begin to feel, all three of you begin to feel this energy kind of emerging from the probably dozens actually of creatures that are sitting around this spore pod, and you see them kind of slumping over and falling to the ground. It starts to become visible as this dark energy starts to swirl from all of the living beings that aren't you. Nothing is happening to you, toward and into this spore pod, and then with one wave, the dark energy begins to rise rapidly beyond the building and above you until you can't sense it anymore. The spore pod also begins to wither as everyone in the room begins to wither away, except for you three. I believe you've just witnessed the beginning of the communion.
What the fuck is that?
You know, you seem to have more information on this than me.
That was the GM's talking.
Oh.
Oh, so that's like something Sles thinks? I mean, does this...
Yeah, Sles and Cedric, because they've heard the word communion over and over again for the last 2 days.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is.
No, but you did notice the dark energy swirling into the spore pod and then rising up above you.
Is there like a staircase or something?
No, it's just basically like a 2-room apartment.
Okay. I say...
There's a small wardrobe.
I walk up to the withered corpses and the spore pod. Does the spore pod have like a tentacle thing between it, like previously?
There is a tentacle, but it's not glowing. It's withered and on the floor.
I say, should we go outside to see if the energy's still there? It's certainly not here anymore.
What do you mean?
It rose up into the sky.
How do we find out if the energy's somewhere?
I don't know. Maybe we could see it.
Well, I think that if there's combat down there, which I think is likely, I think I should take a nap before that, because Kasari is like really banged up.
I don't know if the energy is going to wait for you to take a nap. I'm worried
still don't know what
that
the fuck the energy is.
I'm worried that whatever we just saw will worsen mine and Cedric and Merkava's condition while you're taking a nap.
Oh my god, fine. We won't take naps. Let's go down then.
I mean, if
where are you going down? Exactly.
Yeah, we're not going down anywhere. I just said,
I
why don't we go outside?
For some reason, I imagined that there was a staircase in here. I think I hallucinated that, though.
No, I asked if there was, and then Putty said, no, it's just a 2-bedroom apartment.
Let's start digging a hole then and go down it.
I mean, there's a grate. You notice as you went in, there is a grate right outside this house if you wanted to go down something.
Do you guys think we should go down that grate?
So when we walk outside, is there anything out there?
Yeah, sure. So you all walk outside and you immediately feel the air denser. As you look up, the upper city has surrounding it this cloud of dark energy. In it, you can see kind of little sparks, like almost like a thunder cloud that surrounded the upper city. It was not there before.
Oh. See, I told you that that we could go outside and see the dark energy.
If you look around, by the way, there are no creatures to be seen on the streets anymore.
I think we need to go up there.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I get in the shuttle.
Okay.
I get in the shuttle and say, the Slush Express is ready to take off.
Do you agree, Cedric?
That we need to go up there, or do we need to use the shuttle?
We need to go up there.
I don't know if I want to go up there.
You said yourself we should find the source, and I think it's likely up there.
You're probably right. I don't know. I think that there... I worry about how long we have to go up there. But I think that there could be more information to be found down here before we do. It is best to be fully aware. Like, if we're going to investigate this thing, maybe we should find out everything we can. But I do agree that that seems like a pressing matter. He looks up.
Well, where do you want to go next, then?
Well, the Zerka Corporation gave us quite a lot of information. Maybe we should try looking in some of the other buildings around there.
Okay.
Or we could go to that one lady's house.
Oh, Shada's house?
I felt an energy coming from there, so there might be something.
Okay. How about we start there, then?
Okay. I get in the shuttle and say, alright, the fastest way there.
If this thing has fuel, I don't think we should be wasting it.
Fine.
Yeah, let's just walk there. There's no zombies left.
Alright.
That you know of.
What's that voice?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we go over there.
Where do you go?
The Shada's house.
I mean,
the one with the energy.
This is your theory with the Shada's house.
I guess. The other
what information are you basing it on?
Well, the fact that Shauna's house is one of the few places with actual like grass and a garden. So it's either this building or this building. And using my intuition, considering that this one has a weird...
I mean, you're right next to it, so I'm going to tell you that this is like farmland. And it had plants growing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what this is? That's what this is?
That's what this brown circle...
This is?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what this is? Did we find any computers in this house?
You didn't see any computers. There's a wardrobe, 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, some shelves, some rocks on them.
Rocks?
Yeah.
What kind of rocks?
Are you going back in?
Yeah, sure.
It's less. What are you doing?
Which building are we going in?
The one with the spore pod.
Yeah, and then that one. Yeah, I'll go in.
Okay, you head back in. You've already seen this scene. There are a bunch of withered corpses on the floor, and there is a kitchen, some bedrooms, and a wardrobe, and also a shelf with some rocks on them.
I look at the rocks.
It seems like ores to you, various ores from planets that you don't recognize. You also notice on that shelf some gardening tools, a few seed packets.
Kind of seed packets.
They're unmarked. They're like brown, but when you open them, there are seeds in them. Green seeds, brown seeds, red seeds. There's a black seed.
What kind of role would it be to know what seeds those are?
Xenology.
Huh?
Xenology.
No. Is anyone here familiar with xenology?
I think you're probably just as familiar as I am.
Okay, I'll see. Alright, I'll roll to see if I know what they are.
Okay. How would you have come across seeds like this?
Oh, are they like the standard kind of normal grown seeds? I mean, Celeste has visited numerous like forest planets. It
And
might
he's,
have
like,
actually had to
specifically
grow a few. Might have
I'll say that you can have a try at recognizing the red, the brown, the brown, and the green seeds. But by the sound of things, I don't think you'd have a chance of recognizing the red one. The black one, sorry.
Okay.
So it's going to be a hard xenology check.
All right. Do I roll for each individual one, or is this just general for all of them?
Just for the overall, and you have no idea what these seeds are, really. You can tell that they are the red ones are flower seeds. Basically, you don't know what flower, but you know that they look like seeds.
My theory is confirmed. This must be her house.
Wait, no, you're in this house, Les.
Well, okay, do the thing again.
There you go.
Oh, I thought we walked over here.
No, I told you guys that this was farmland, and then Kasari wanted to go and look at the rocks that were in the old building.
Oh, okay. Well, then I was...
This is a skyscraper, by the way.
Oh.
The blue buildings, like I told you when you arrived, are skyscrapers.
I did not remember this.
So the red seeds are flower seeds, and then you recognize that the brown and green seeds are plants, like for vegetables of some kind, but you don't know anything else.
Okay. Well then.
I look in the shelves.
There are ores of various kinds from plants you don't recognize, some seeds and some garden tools.
Oh. I look in the dresser.
In the wardrobe?
Yeah.
There are various clothes from like normal stuff that you'd expect to see on urban planets to some really extravagant dresses. These white and black poofy dresses. There are also some robes, some white and black robes, and a bunch of these black belts that seem to go with the robes.
I say I don't know if there's much left in here of importance. I say we go explore one of the buildings by Zerka.
Sure. I still think that we should maybe explore the buildings with the spore ponds at least located in them.
Well, Cedric, you'll be the tiebreaker. What do you want to do?
Well, the buildings by Zerka are closer, so maybe we can do both, and we can go to the buildings by Zerka on the way to the others.
Okay.
I agree with this.
Sure.
Okay. So do you guys go into the first building, the closest building to you, which I assume would be this one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, as you walk in, and by the way, at this point, Cedric clearly physically affected because you noticed in the last battle that he in one of the last battles, I can't remember how recent it was. He clearly took a further toll from the sickness, and he's starting to really feel it. And as you're walking, he's coughing. And at some point, he just slumps up against the side of this building and then begins to sit down.
I say, are you all right?
I think I'm gonna need some rest. I think I'm safe here. Do you guys want to just go on ahead and I'll catch up?
I look at Celeste. I'm like, you think that's a good idea? Hello? Celeste?
I think the flaws in the two-person session are that one of the people likes to go AFK without telling us a lot, and this only really becomes apparent.
And the other is
session.
horrifically sick. I mean, I am barely holding on to consciousness right now. Oh my god.
Maybe we should just call this.
No. Keep going. We'll keep going until my eyes bleed, damn it. I mean, what's really annoying me is I think it would be better if fucking Charles would have shown up. Because then then when I'm taking a second just to while I'm riding the storm of my headaches, he could talk and fill in with some conversation. But oh wait, you back?
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh my god! What?
Can you at least just tell us so we're not sitting here for 5 minutes trying to talk to you?
I'm sorry.
I mean, you say that like it's usual to leave without saying anything.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
I mean, even if that's normal, it's not polite. You should tell people when you're leaving.
Hey, I'll be right back. And we also have bathroom breaks for a reason.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, I was just saying to you that, Sles, I think that you should. So, were you even there for what happened to Cedric?
No.
Oh my god! So Cedric just passed out. Not passed out, but he fell on the floor coughing, and he's really tired. And he said, "I just need to rest. You guys go on without me." And I turned to you like, "You think that's a good idea?"
Oh. I'm sorry. Maybe he should rest in a less strange location. Like
it's a long way from here, and I think the streets are safe.
Kasari literally ran the distance in 2 minutes from Circa Corporation.
I'll be no better in that clinic.
Okay.
Well, there are Colto tanks in the clinic.
Yeah, true, but I'm not getting in a Colto tank. That's it's too compromising. I don't want to be out for so long.
Why are you worried about being compromised? I don't know if the creatures are wandering around anymore.
Don't you remember? I can't let myself out of the Colto tank.
Yes, and that shouldn't be an issue if we let you out ourselves.
Yeah, but that requires you coming back to the clinic. What if you get hurt?
Well then, I'm sure someone will find you.
See? Just go, look around you. Do you see any of those creatures?
Why don't you just write a note that says, if I am still in Colto Tank by a certain date, please let me out.
Because that, clearly you're not understanding my problem. I don't want to be out for longer than, an hour. Don't you realize how pressing of a situation we're in right now?
Okay, well, then why don't you just lay in a bed in the clinic?
You've wasted more time arguing with me about this than if you had just, like, gone on ahead. I'm fine here. Look around you. I'm safe. I can handle myself. Just go.
Damn, I didn't know you were so edgy now.
What do you mean? Why are you so offended by me sitting here and taking a few moments to breathe?
Sorry, I no longer am concerned for his safety. Let's go. We used to be spore pod buddies.
I say, well, honestly, I think it's probably pretty safe. There's no zombies left. And you know, I don't know. It's up to him. It's his choice.
Okay, then. I start moving on.
Okay.
It's sad about no longer having the connection I used to with my spore pod buddy.
So we head there.
Okay, you guys walk in and you see a plaque outside that reads Henry and Henry. And you guys walk into basically an office floor. There are a bunch of desks with terminals on it, and there seems to be kind of a more fancy square desk in the corner and an elevator in the back that has like an out-of-service sign on it.
I go to the fancy desk.
Okay, there is a terminal there that has personal security on it.
Okay. What is the...
Do you try to hack into it?
Yeah, sure. What's the difficulty?
It's easy.
Like your mom. Oh my god.
Oh god, no, please.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Oh. Cedric, not Cedric. Slash, are you there with her when she's trying this?
I guess. I don't know what else I'd be doing.
Okay. So you fail to hack into it, but as you're going through the BIOS and trying the mechanism you used to hack into it, with the advantage, Slash, you realize actually, surprisingly, shockingly, that this security system, the methods with which are used to hack into it are very similar to a number of video games you've played.
I say, move aside, Kasari. Let the esports master handle this.
What?
Easy computer games check.
Okay.
Sorry, you see Slash getting really into this hacking and successfully accessing a log.
Oh my god. Putty figuring out ways to include my computer game skill.
I mean, it's mainly a big Deus Ex reference, so I'll just leave it there. So yeah, not only you find a log, but you also find a number of records that indicate that this building was an accountancy firm, and it worked for a lot of the big businesses in the city. And here's a log you found.
I finished up the recent quarter, and it's mostly above board. Blast Tech might be underreporting their profits a little bit, but it wouldn't affect the tax margins that much. And honestly, the post-war weapons depression is hitting them pretty hard, so I'm not following up. Circa's accounts are suspicious again, though. They diversified after the war, and their droid sales were high enough to keep everything pretty steady for them. And now suddenly their profits drop huge. I tried to look through their losses, but there's a good 35 million credits missing from their expenditure this year that's unaccounted for. Catalana's has been anything but helpful either. I missed the days we had connections over there. Okay. So Circa's committing tax fraud. I'm not quite surprised.
How dare you, sir?
I mean, it's standard big business tradition, you know. If you don't at least commit tax fraud a couple times, then what are you doing? What are you doing?
You're certainly not an American at that point. I mean, you're from some disgusting country.
Look, we might have 21% corporate taxes, but Those taxes aren't going to nothing. They're paying 0%.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So, yeah. Are there any other logs?
Not on this terminal, but like I said, there are a lot of like spreadsheets, and there are logs as in emails back and forth, but none of them catch your eye. It's basic accountancy stuff. From it all, you can ascertain that they were the accountants for pretty much everyone in this city.
Damn, that's a big
quite a
job.
monopoly.
They're making a lot of big bank. Anyway, I say, well, I think that's about all in this computer. Were there other computers in this floor?
There were, but it's like working computers. It's mostly just like an Excel bot.
Well, fuck them. They're not on the fancy desk, so
yeah,
they're clearly goddamn unimportant. Is there an elevator or staircase?
There was an elevator, but it's a part like it had an out of service sign on it.
Oh. So there's no staircase?
No staircase. It's like you presume from this information that whatever's on the upper floors wasn't that important to the day-to-day operating of this business.
That's insane. Just have a skyscraper, but you're only going to have one of the floors running out of who knows how many.
You suspect at least 20, considering the last skyscraper you were in.
Oh my god. For an accountant, look, for accountants, they're really not...
They were cutting costs, so they got rid of all their other floors.
Dude.
They shouldn't have purchased a skyscraper.
It was a long time ago. There was a skyscraper going.
Wait, I'm not an expert, right? But when you file for taxes, you put the expenses of your business in the tax, and depending on what your expenses were, you can get a rebate. It'll be at least in America. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah,
but
no, business expenses.
Yeah, so you can pay less taxes depending on how much your business expenses are. So what if they just like fucking cook the books so that it looks like they have business expenses for 19 other floors that they're not using?
Oh my god!
So that they pay almost no taxes.
I mean, this is an accountancy firm.
Oh my
would know how to do it.
All right, so is it possible?
What if it's not even built yet? What if they haven't refurbished it? It's just like empty.
Buddy.
Yes.
It's possible to open up the elevator doors?
The terminal isn't working, but it's a physical elevator, so you could try forcing it open.
Yeah, let's try forcing it open and see if we can access like a ladder.
Okay, why don't you make a daunting athletics check?
That's 5, right?
Oh, 4.
Oh, that's 4. Oh, 4. Yeah. God damn it, formidable. You're always getting me.
Oh!
Hey.
So, as you open up the elevator, you get your hands in this like metal grate, and you're like, "Oh, geez, this is dangerous." But you push. You're a very strong man today, and you get your sweat on as you slowly push it, and eventually you hear a click, and you have no clue how you've done it, but somehow the way in which you've pushed open this elevator, the elevator lights up, and you see the power restored to it.
I look at Kasari and say, I'm just as confused as you. All right, let's get in the elevator.
What's happening?
All right. So does it have that weird key interface that the last one in Circuit did, or is this just a standard normal elevator?
Very standard elevator. However, the panel does only it shows you floor 1, floor 2, and it does show that there are 10 other floors aside from that, but they have locks next to them.
Okay. So, are you getting in the elevator with me, Kasari?
Certainly.
Okay. Well, let's explore the first few floors, and then we'll figure it out from there. So let's go to floor 2.
Okay. The elevator opens, and you see a very similar scene to floor 1. A bunch of desks, but no terminals on them.
Yeah. The tax scam thing is definitely a real thing.
Floor 3?
Fucking desks up here.
It's got a lock next to it.
Oh, floor 3 has a lock?
All the rest of the floors except floor 1 and 2 did.
Oh. Is there a panel at the top of the elevator?
Yeah, there'll be a panel. There's a hatch.
Yeah, can I get it into the hatch?
You'd have to jump and then open it. So that's going to probably be 2 athletics checks. Or I'll say a coordination and then an athletics check.
Oh, okay. Good thing I get 2 boost die from my coordination checks.
Although remember, you need to add...
Yeah, I forgot for the original athletics check.
It's chill. So for the coordination check, it's going to be easy, and for the athletics check, it's going to be
Actually,
average.
let me check. Is it two boost die? I want to be sure. Because I haven't actually done a coordination check. Sorry, I'm taking a while. I'm just trying to find the thing.
It's fine. We have a lot of time today.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get 2 boost die because of my stalker trait.
The coordination check's going to be easy, and the athletics is average. If you succeed on the coordination, you jump up and grab hold of the hatch and prepare to try to open it, but you notice that it's a little stiff.
And there we go.
You successfully open it and pull yourself up to stand on top of the elevator. You look up and see 10 doors as it goes up.
Is
Actually,
there
they're
like
just-
an elevator
holes.
or like... Or not an elevator, like a ladder for maintenance crews?
Nah, there's no ladder. But you can access the 3rd floor from here easily.
Okay. First off, I understand the whole tax fraud thing, but maybe they want to keep maintenance going for their other floors so they don't collapse in on them. But that's my suggestion.
It's funny you mentioned that because there's no maintenance ladder, and guess what the elevator was in when you walked in? Out of service. Coincidence? I think not.
Okay. All right. Let's access the 3rd floor.
And as you get up there, it seems like a really big room with a bunch of boxes in it.
Oh. What's in the boxes?
They're closed, so if you have a crowbar, you could try prying them open.
Can I use my claws?
Yeah, sure. It's still going to be athletics check. It's going to be easy with your setback and such. So you successfully vandalize property, but do absolutely no damage to the boxes. You excellently crack open as many as you would like on this floor, and you notice that in each of the boxes there is a desk ready to be set up when someone got around to it.
Oh. I turned to Kasari and say, I think you were right about the whole tax fraud thing.
Yep. Kasari knows her taxes. I say back on man, wait one sec. Okay. Back on
Came from Nar Shaddaa.
Thank you. Back on Nar Shaddaa, I actually worked as a sort of an assistant for one of the huts there for it only lasted for 3 months, but they were pretty interesting. They had a lot of strange things going on with the books, and so
Oh, which hut did you work for?
His name was Gibo.
Interesting. Do I know of a Gibo? Buddy.
I'm just writing that down.
Okay.
So why don't you roll a? Isn't there an underworld knowledge skill?
Yes.
When you,
to which I have not invested. Let's do this.
Why don't you roll average underworld knowledge skill? And I'll say that you're able to roll this because, of course, you might have had dealings with people related to Gibo, or in fact Gibo himself. He's a hut. He exists. You don't really know anything else.
I say, oh, Gibo, I know he's a hut.
I look at you weirdly, and I'm like, yeah, I just told you.
Alright,
Ooh.
let's move on.
Charles is online on Discord. Can I? I'm gonna reach out to him in PM. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So I say, do you want to explore the doors on the desk drawers on the second floor?
The drawers, you said?
Yeah, there were desks. They just didn't have any terminals.
I mean, we can quickly look through them, but I doubt they have anything in them.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll go to the second floor and we'll quickly rummage through the desk drawers and see if there's anything in them.
Okay, cool. Why don't you make average perception check as I figure out if there's anything in there.
All right.
Only one of you make it, but you can help each other.
I'll have to, buddy.
All right. What are you gonna give me? A boost die
A
or?
boost.
Okay. And it's average?
Yes, sir. I got a message from Charles saying, sorry, I late. And I said, jump in. He hasn't jumped in, so maybe he's still late. Maybe he's just got on Discord. I don't know.
3 successes.
3 success, good sir. You find... So, well, you're just looking through the drawers in the desks.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're really empty, actually. There's a bunch of boring accountancy files in them, and you managed to scourge together 150 credits from your search.
I give 75 to Kusari and say thanks for the help.
I'm almost rich.
What's the rich boundary for you?
8,000 credits and nothing to spend it on.
Holy shooter-rooney. Okay, what do you guys do now?
I have 3,969.
Just need to find a hut and pay him 2,500 and then I'm debt free.
That's not how obligation works.
No.
That debt's been sold a long time ago. If you think you can track down who owns it now, you're in grave mistake. Ooh, Cedric is in the Roll20. Will he join the call? What are you guys up to now?
I'm sure
I say
we're
this
all
place sucks.
circling around Cedric and slapping him in the face.
I say this place sucks
Oh.
dick. Let's go check up on Cedric.
Yeah.
So how was that building?
We found money.
Oh, that's good. Oh. Cedric, you are slumped next to a building, tired, but awake, alive. And your friends are there talking to you. You don't really remember what's been going on for the last 30 minutes.
Cedric? You there? Awake?
You were in the middle of a sentence just now, and then you just like stopped.
It's really awkward.
I don't really know. What's going on again?
What?
We're in an accountancy firm.
No, we're not there anymore. We left.
Oh.
We went to check on. It's not like Cedric just appeared inside.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man.
We went into the accountancy firm as you took a moment to catch your breath.
Also, as you regain your consciousness, Cedric, you notice that you're wearing this golden gauntlet, and immediately your eye catches Kasari's hand, and you notice Merkava's ring on it.
I shake my head a second and go. You might have to fill me in. I think I blanked out a sec.
Wait, what? Are you saying you have like retrograde amnesia right now?
Maybe I don't know. Something with a sickness might be fucking me up.
What's the last thing you remember?
Last thing I remember is running over to Merkava.
Should he have to roll for that lie?
Right.
That
That is the last
isn't
thing he remembers.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not entirely the last thing he remembers.
Oh, you're right. You're right. If let's say Kasari was making a discipline check and Celeste was helping her, put together that as the difficulty pool, and Cedric make a.
What's your discipline, Celeste?
Let me check. I don't think it's very high. I might just give you a boost die. Yeah, it's just 2 green. So yeah, I'll just give you a boost die.
So it'll be 2 challenge, 1 difficulty, 1 boost. I mean, sorry, 1 setback.
And don't add the extra 2 setback. It's just 1 setback.
2 challenge. How many difficulty?
1 difficulty,
1
1
difficulty.
setback.
Yeah, this ain't going well.
Okay. You think he's when he says this, he doesn't look like he's blatantly lying to you, but he's awkwardly shifting his eyes and he's not telling you everything.
I say, we can't help you figure out why you just blanked out if you don't tell us exactly what you remembered last.
Wait, why are we in an accountancy firm?
We're not. We went into it while you took a catch the breath. You never went into it.
Oh.
By the way, Cedric, you feel this dark, ominous presence above you.
Wait. What's that above?
You look up.
I look up.
There's this giant black thunder cloud surrounding the upper city.
I say we're still trying to figure that out.
No, I suggested we fly into it.
Wait.
I
I don't think that's true.
I
don't
did.
think that's a good idea.
I did suggest that we fly into it,
Hmm.
and then Cedric, for the second time, has now suggested that it's not a good idea.
I have no idea what that is, but
Oh, I guess you don't remember that either. So we walked into that building with a really strong aura, and it was the communion. The communion caused that.
the communion, and I point up to the sky, the communion caused that?
Yes.
Oh shit.
I say, what the
That-
fuck is the communion?
It's the communion. It's
That-
the whole purpose behind us
Wait,
being
what?
here.
What?
It's the voice in our head.
With the sickness, we hear this communion, especially when we get around those freaking spore pods.
So you have no idea what the communion is, other than it's a vague thing that is said in your head a lot.
No, well, yes, but I have a good
No.
feeling
I'd
it
say
is.
with both of you have touched the vine, and I think you could probably gain insight into it. You believe that what the communion was you becoming one with the network.
I say, originally, yes, it did start out as a random voice in our head, or my head. I'm assuming Cedric also heard it since
Yeah.
he was very receptive. But when I touched the vine, I knew that it was the feeling of becoming one with the network, with everything.
I say, okay, what the fuck is the network?
Whatever these things are whatever the spore pods are connected to.
And do you, as we speak right now, want this communion?
No. When I walked into the building, when the communion was going on, I suddenly had no compulsion or desire to do so. I had, I guess you could say, regained my free will.
Well, Cedric, are you feeling well enough to walk?
Yeah, I think so. So, have we found a ship yet?
Yes, we have a shuttle.
Well,
we don't have a ship capable of FTL, though.
It's not, it's not really a ship. It's a little rowboat of sorts.
Don't call him that.
I say,
we attach an possibly jury-rigged hyperdrive onto this baby, and it goes faster than you can imagine.
Before you had a random onset of amnesia, we were exploring the buildings in this area. Would you like to help us?
Sure. No harm in that.
So which one next?
Let Cedric pick.
We've already explored Henry and Henry and the Zerka Corporation. There are 4 others. The unlabeled ones.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go down here.
Oh, I thought you were...
Oh,
I agree.
Are the green ones is where you've been?
The ones they've been to are the 2 labeled ones, but I thought you were picking between these 4 in this main plaza.
Oh, the 4 in the main plaza.
I say you previously wanted to go into these 4 buildings first, but if you want to go all the way down there, I want to go down there too. So I think we should just go straight there.
Let's go to this one. Sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
Communion.
Sorry, can you ping the one again? I think I know which one, but do it again.
Top right.
Yeah. So you see a plaque outside that says Tyson Medical.
But both of you read it as communion.
Tyson Medical. This might have something. I hope.
So there are 2 medical facilities right here.
I bet these guys are responsible for like all the plot points.
What makes you say that?
Just a hunch.
Just a hunch.
I think these guys are behind it all. That's my guess.
No.
If I'm right, I'm
going to guess that Tyson Medical is a reference to something that Marshall gets, that Putty placed, and this is why Marshall's come to this conclusion.
Not the case, Marshall.
That sounds about right.
It's a hunch.
Okay.
Alright, well, okay, you guys walk in, and you see a very lavish, you see a lavish, much more nice reception area than any of the buildings you've seen so far, with giant kind of rectangular billboard-like displays showing off new enhancement arms and legs that are being developed by the company. And you see a reception desk that seems to be long abandoned and an elevator in the back.
I'm sure these guys are really ethically like on top of it. So let's
just tell us the damn reference already.
I will let Putty tell you if he wishes, but I shall not.
I'm gonna leave it for now.
I shall not squeal.
I have access to Google, damn it. I'll use it.
Alright, try it. I bet you won't find it.
I doubt that will work. It's nuanced.
Okay. Either way.
I bet he found an actual lab, like in China. That'd be funny. It's like... Okay, anyway. So...
I googled Tyson Medical, and the first thing that popped up was a picture of an Asian man.
Yep. You're on the right track. Keep sniffing, Hunter.
Okay.
It is a reference to Asian, yes. To an Asian man specifically. One Asian man.
Called Ty.
And that's
His
him.
son.
And that's him. Anyway. Yeah, we go inside.
I explained what you saw, my friend.
Sorry, say it again.
Okay, it's a very lavish reception area, much more lavish than the ones you've been seeing so far, with giant billboards showing off their new arm and leg prostheses, and a reception desk that seems long since abandoned with a elevator in the back.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over at the desk and see if there's any computer, any terminal.
No terminal, but there are some drawers. Why don't you make a average perception check? Okay, so as you start to look through the drawers, you start to get that, like, the thrill of the hunt. And you start quickly going to the drawers like, oh, I'm looking for stuff again. I'm back on my feet. I'm fully able. And then you suddenly get a pain in your stomach as you went a little bit too fast to take too strain. But you find an audio log that we will play after this break.
Oh, sweet Jesus, the break is here.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's time for the break.
Also,
Everyone go piss.
Wait, is this a real thing, buddy?
Is what a real thing.
Oh my God. Now I know why you sent me that message the other day.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Actually, earlier today, my time.
Whatever it was. Look, time has slowed down to a fucking crawl for me. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm also gonna go piss. Alright, I'm back. Anyone else back? Or did Charles never leave? Oh, Charles actually is gone. Oh, I'm shocked. Shocked.
I've been here always.
Gary. Okay, so you get an early sneak peek. What you actually found in the desk was like a tape, and this label on it.
All right, I put it into my iPod and see what I hear.
Well, I'm gonna wait for your friends to come back before your iPod plays, but you're loading it up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You have the technology. You can rebuild it.
Uh-huh.
You can make it stronger, faster, better than it was before.
Of course. I'll just add iPod to the list of things that my apparently my utility belt has.
Yep. Oh, sure. No, I'll totally give you that.
Actually, I think we already made this joke before where I do have... I don't know. Oh yeah, I do have an iPod because when we were in Circuit Corporation, I was listening to some sweet tunes while everyone else was fighting stuff.
Yes! You are correct.
Yep. Adding it to the list of things in my utility belt, I guess.
Uh-oh.
If Marshall, are you there? Okay, so Marshall's not back, so I need to ask. Where were you? Where were you, Charles?
My alarm didn't go off.
Oh, you slept through it? No.
No, my alarm genuinely didn't.
No, I'm saying that you slept through the first hour of the session. Were you asleep?
Sorry, I didn't catch that, buddy.
You were asleep during the first hour of the session. That was the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Presented before to you specifically as a person.
You're worse than me, kind of ish. Don't know if I'd go that far. Oh god, I'm worried about Marshall because he's usually a bit longer on these breaks than you guys, but also there's a real chance of him not making it back to the PC these days.
Is that because you hired a hitman to kill him, or?
Yeah, and Agent Orange has taken effect. That's the illness, but I'm worried that, it won't go all the way.
Of course.
Also, Charles, what you found was a tape, and I posted it in Star Wars chat what the label on the tape was.
Okay.
And actually, I don't need to hide this from you guys, because you as characters would know that the way most people in the galaxy currently refer to the current year is 32,503 TYA.
Okay, that's good to know. So it's a year ago-ish? I assume. Because it's not going to be a year in the future.
What does TYA stand for?
Let me look it up again. I forgot myself. Though your arrival.
Really?
Yeah. God, Marshall.
Can't wait till several thousand years from now when we start using BBY.
Yeah, like 5,000 ish. I don't remember. Yeah,
about
4,000 ish. It's 4,000 ish because we're in about 3950 something BBY.
Yeah.
30. I think it's 3980 something. Actually, I forget. I don't know.
No, I think it might.
I had figured it out before I converted it to TYA.
Can't wait for this campaign to be over when half the party is evil and then the other half is
dead. 100% dead.
We're in 3958 BBY.
Okay.
God, Marshall, these are meant to be 5-minute breaks. Marshall taking a 10-minute break. Jeez.
Jeez.
Now I am worried he's not going to make it back to the computer. Give him to like 45, and then we'll just finish the session without him, I guess.
The asshole. Not coming to his computer.
Shouldn't have even gone on break. I should have just kept him here. I'm gonna PM him. I'm gonna be like, "Are you okay?"
He's probably got his mic muted and he can't even remember he did it.
We'll just enjoy his music while he's gone.
So how's your week been, Charles?
Alright.
Oh yeah.
It's had its ups and downs.
Oh yeah.
Like, last night was annoying on so many levels.
That quiz you sent me. That was
Oh
something.
yeah, that quiz I sent you was something.
Most of it didn't even make sense in the sense of video games. It's like I can't. I'm completely spacing some of the really ridiculous questions that don't make sense.
I'm still trying to find an improved version of that
I think
test.
one of them asked me if I would rather have a bard or a bard who's an interesting like friend, or if I would rather have an all-powerful wizard on in my party. Like,
No, it's like if you're going into a dungeon, an unknown dungeon, do you want like a wizard that can identify items?
Oh
for
yeah,
you?
can identify items for me. It's like, oh,
Or
okay.
someone or a bard. I can't remember what the actual
Yeah,
description.
who's your friend? Basically, it was basically, or would you rather
Yeah.
go with the bard who's your friend? I was like, okay, well, why can't I just have the wizard identify the items after I get out of the dungeon? So I picked the actual interesting personality out of the two. I think another one asked me if I'd rather be feared or loved. Well, I was like, oh, okay, that's a great moral quandary right there. Of course it's feared. But
yeah, it's like that one. I can understand it, why they're actually asking that one. Like, I can pretty much tell you what each one added to, and clearly the FaD would be added to the killer's archetype. Although again, it's not a great test.
I wonder where's the one. I was waiting for the one that says you don't play MMOs, and then that was the one I was definitely gonna pick.
You got socializers, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. You're a socializer achiever, which are yeah,
it's been
that is
literally
a really
15
weird
minutes. Right. Okay, I guess we will continue until he goes into the AFK channel, at which point we'll probably just end, because like at that point we should just not done a session today, but oh well, we will continue.
It did seem like all the signs were there, Putty.
No, I believe that like Jaws would come in 10 minutes later, Marshall wouldn't just leave, and then never come back. So let's just
get extra experience for being the only consistent person.
You will get more than those two. So
Yeah.
let's just. I guess we'll just play the thing you found. So you can give it earbud to Charles on your iPod.
Yeah, let's play this.
I'm not letting him put his dirty ear, have his dirty
You have a
ears
spare
on my.
pair. You have a spare pair.
Yeah, just for these cases.
Exactly. In fact, your iPod is like futuristic and shit, so you can plug two sets of headphones in at the same time.
Oh
So
man!
Charles gets his own headphones.
Man, futuristic shit. This is iPod voodoo.
All right, so.
So here I am. Oh, it's there. Home of the Doug and the Gran, and a land full of opportunity if you know the right people. You know, my uncle said this planet would be empty. This planet is rich with a very unique type of fuel, and all the eyes of the galaxy are either upon this place already, or soon will be. And that makes it ripe for gaining power. For now, I have to get a little bit of capital. I'm here on a diplomatic envoy from the Republic. Very ceremonial. I don't intend for that to remain the case. Connections in the medical field will prove useful. I'll have to see if there is any room in the market for some of the products we sold on Alderaan. If so, this should be easy. I already have these Gran eating out of the palm of my hand, setting up vaults in the name of my family and asking all sorts of curious questions about the Republic. About those stuffy bastards on Coruscant thought robbing this planet of its energy would be a difficult task. They're begging to be subjugated. No matter, there will no doubt be clogs in that process, and in the meantime, the Republic won't be the only party interested in Malastare fuel. If I can get in contact with some of those other parties, now there's true power. Set something up here. Get my hooks in. Keep my ears open.
Oh god.
Oh shit, Marshall's here. I think.
I'm back.
Dude, you were 17 minutes.
I'm sorry. There were. I had to do a thing
Complications.
with a cat. Also, I fell over.
Do you hear the log?
I hear music.
Okay. I'll
Oh.
tell you what, you... I'm gonna send you the log, Marshall. And you go listen to it, okay?
Why? What happened?
You played on the jukebox and you weren't here. Because we continued without you after 15 minutes. We didn't think you were coming back.
That's sensible.
Now the real question is, why did he record it on this video, on this tape?
It sounded like a woman's voice, by the way.
Okay, why did she record it on this tape?
So here I am.
I don't know.
What an
Doug
odd thing
and
to
the
record
Gran,
keep.
and a land full of opportunity if you know the right people. You know, my uncle said...
Was
this
there
planet would
anything
be
else?
empty. Well, you found it in like a locked drawer in the... Like in a locked part of the drawer. Like, you opened the drawer and the drawer seemed empty, but there was a locked like part at the back that seemed to have been jimmied open. And a land full of opportunity.
Can I use
You know, my
my
uncle said this planet would
skullduggery
be
skills
empty.
to maybe open it?
It was
Oh,
already
rich,
open. It had
very
been jimmied
unique
open. Type of fuel, and all the eyes of the galaxy are either upon this place already, or soon will be. And that makes it ripe for gaining power. For now, I have to get a little bit of capital. I'm here on a diplomatic envoy from the Republic. Very ceremonial. I don't intend for that to remain the case. Connections in the medical field will prove useful. I'll have to see if there is any room in the market for some of the products we sold on Alderaan. If so, this should be easy. I already have these Gran eating out of the palm of my hand, setting up vaults in the name of my family and asking all sorts of curious questions about the Republic. About those stuffy bastards on Coruscant thought robbing this planet of its energy would be a difficult task. They're begging to be subjugated. No matter, there will no doubt be clogs in that process, and in the meantime, the Republic won't be the only party interested in Malastare fuel. If I can get in contact with some of those other parties, now there's true power. Set something up here. Get my hooks in. Keep my ears open. Marshall's back.
Oh my god. I loved it. Who was that? Do we know?
You know it was a female voice, but otherwise no.
Yeah, I thought that's what. Yeah.
You got some clues in the log itself, but you don't know.
Okay.
I succeed in both the checks.
That is such a
You
cool. That is such a cool idea.
So,
You succeed. You get up there. You can access the second floor. There's no maintenance ladder.
all right. I get in the second floor.
Do you help your friends get up with you?
Oh yeah, sure.
So you open up. It seems to be like it seems to be a long corridor with maybe 3 or 4 medical labs off through doors. There are window viewing ports to each of the medical labs too.
So I look in the windows of one of them. What do I see?
You see a bunch of medical equipment laying around, and what appears to be a setup for testing the durability of a prosthetic arm. It seems like one arm is being like held up on a podium, and there is like a knife. There's like a sharp weapon prepared to attack it if like a button is pushed. Clearly, some like a flamethrower prepared to blast the arm. Like there's clearly some really high intensity tests on the durability of this prosthetic arm.
Interesting. And there's 3 medical rooms?
4 total, 3 that
4.
you haven't looked into yet.
Okay, well, yeah, let's look into the other 3.
Okay, it seems like they're very similar to the first room, however. One is testing a prosthetic leg instead of an arm, another is testing some sort of ear prosthetic, and another is testing just like a raw patch of skin.
Okay. And are there any other rooms?
Not on this floor.
So when I go back to the elevator shaft, since there's no maintenance, is it possible that I could somehow jump to the 3rd floor?
It's a huge jump. I don't think it'd be physically possible for anybody who's not being aided by magic.
You mean Jedi voodoo?
I mean...
Okay.
I mean, if only somebody could jump magically.
Going back into the elevator, is it possible to hack into the, like, panels
Wait, so
to unlock the other floors?
You're not gonna do it, Cedric?
Not right now. We'll see if we can get the elevator. I think Sless is on to something. And I'm too engrossed by these buttons, hitting them, and probably seeing them hit this prosthetic.
Oh, you went into the room?
Not into. So is there?
The buttons aren't outside. The buttons would have been
buttons.
inside.
No, I don't go into the room. I'm just gonna
Okay.
look at them.
Sorry, you've known Cedric a few weeks, maybe even a few months now. Like, a hesitancy to use Force Sleep is odd to you. It's actually quite difficult to get into the components of this panel using just the on-screen stuff. So it's actually going to be you can tell before you even attempt anything that this is going to be a difficult one, and it's got your computer game skills will have no help here.
Oh man. I say, I kind of shout up to ask if anyone is, I shout, is anyone familiar with hacking or who could possibly assist me with this?
Nope.
I say, I mean, well, I don't know. I've hacked a lot of stuff at this point, so I can help you.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, you get to work on this daunting capuche that I'm going to use Destiny to upgrade.
Oh.
So it's
When
one
it
challenge.
rains, it pours.
And you're going to... What exactly is your hacking skill, Marshall?
2 green.
Oh, okay, I guess it'll just give me a boost die.
Rheumatology setback.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should be the one doing this.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
1 red, 4 purple.
3 purple.
3 purple. Oh gosh.
56 purple.
So, the advantage it seems like you haven't messed with any of the security protocols. However, you didn't even access the BIOS. Like, you just tried to push floor 3 over and over and over again. And Kasari was like, why don't you try pushing floor 4? So you push floor 4 over and over again. Okay, what about pushing floor 5, then 6, and then 4? And then it locks you out for 5 seconds. And then you're like, well, this isn't
Can I try tearing the panel off?
You can. I will allow you to. However, Sless is smart enough to know that he doesn't think this will help the situation.
Oh. I was just thinking we could maybe cross some wires and maybe just force the elevator to...
I'll let you try it.
Well, is it possible to remove the panel without, like, outright ripping it off?
It would require more mechanical know-how, I think, than you know how to do. Like, without even rolling a check, how much skill do you have in mechanics?
2 green.
2 skill? Oh, 2 green, okay. Never mind. No, you definitely, like, you don't think you're up to that task at all.
Oh, so it's not as simple as pulling out a trusty screwdriver and then...
Screwdriver might be involved, you know that much, but that's about what
Is
you're
a
not.
screwdriver in my utility belt?
Almost certainly. I mean, what else would be in there?
Alright. Well, I turn to Kasari and say, well, I have a screwdriver. Do you possibly have any mechanical knowledge?
I say, I mean, I know some stuff about nuts and bolts, and that's about it.
Well, that's more than me. I hand her the screwdriver and say, get to work.
How much skill do you have in mechanics, sorry?
I doubt I have more than him.
That's just the base amount.
I have... Oh no, whoa. I have a proficiency die in mechanics.
You have 1 proficiency die?
1 green, 1 proficiency.
Okay, so with one skill, I'll say that you've trained enough to know that the probability of being able to take out this panel without doing quite a bit of damage to its function is quite low and would require a very skilled mechanic.
I say, look, Celeste, I think this is beyond me.
Even with my screwdriver?
I think that I think even with
You think
this,
that if it was a sonic screwdriver, you could maybe try it?
so if this screwdriver was powered by sonic technology, maybe.
Unfortunately, I'm not the doctor. I put back my screwdriver.
Cedric, did you do anything up on the 2nd floor?
I'm gonna go in and have a look at one of those arm
Okay, so
prosthetics.
as you go into the arm room, you immediately notice that you're actually in some sort of threshold room, and it begins like spraying you with what appears to be like just water, and there's some klaxons around you, and then finally it lets you in. You're very wet now.
I don't like being wet.
There's some lab coats to the left as you enter.
I'm gonna grab one of the lab coats and try and fit it on.
You're way too swole for that, but you could try to dry yourself.
Yeah, I sort of try and put it on and then realise this ain't gonna fit. Then just like dry myself.
Okay, cool. You're in a room with a few drawers, lots of like lockers, and again the arm testing station.
I'm gonna have a look through the drawers.
Okay, make an average perception check. So you look through the drawers and you don't notice anything. You find 15 credits lying in one of them. A lot of them seem to have been cleared out. However, when you in disappointment head back to the lab rack, the lab coat rack, you notice that in one of the pockets someone's left their key card.
I'm gonna quickly grab the key card. Does it say anything on it?
It says Tyson Medical. It's blue.
I'm gonna leave the credits, and then
Gracious of you.
I'm sure the ghosts of whoever occupied this medical facility will appreciate it.
I know, right? And then, then I'm gonna look at the lockers, see if they're like locked or anything.
Well, they don't call them lockers for nothing. No, yeah, sure. Why don't you? They're all locked. They're all locked.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask someone who's skilled at unlocking things to unlock them?
Yeah, like Asari.
Oh.
So, are there like names on these lockers, or are they just like blank in general?
They have names. Yep. So, you've got Gregor's, Jackson, Jonathan, and Holsworth.
I'm gonna look at Jackson's one, look at it sort of again, and then trying to rip it open with my pure strength.
I'm gonna say that's a hard athletics check.
Okay, that's 2 XP for that because I've got on my shoulder pads, and then athletics.
You're gonna enhance this athletics check?
Nope. That
I
hard?
wonder why. Yeah, it's hard. Okay, successfully rip open the locker. You see a few like strewn about like notes and a book, like clearly a notebook, and another copy of the martial arts books you've been finding. And this one has engraved in it Volume 3, I think. Unless you've already got Volume 3.
I've already got Volume 3.
Well, now you have a duplicate.
I'm gonna leave it.
Oh.
God damn it! I've already got that volume!
Now you have a gift for Christmas for someone. For Space Christmas. Space Santa Claus.
There is literally a Space Christmas, and it's called the Festival of Light.
There you go. Space Christmas.
So then I'm pretty much gonna go through all of the lockers.
Okay, I'll say that you successfully ripped all of them open. And again, you find strewn about notes about, hey, if we make this adjustment and we change the 0 to a 7, then the durability of the arm towards flame retardancy will go up 59%, and a bunch of stuff like that. And you find various, like, these guys were clearly super into their fighting, so there's each of them have a copy of Volume 3. Seems to be a very important volume from the looks. Do you have Volume 3 and 2? Is that the 2 you have?
I have Volume 3 and Volume 1.
Okay.
I don't have 2 yet. And from there, then I'm going to go and start poking at the arm.
Poking at the arm? Okay. It seems to be very primitive. You've got enough experience with arm prosthetics to know that this isn't a finished product.
I'm gonna sort of sigh, and then walk back down to the elevator to see where Kasari went.
Kasari is staring at it at the elevator panel while Celeste sadly puts a screwdriver back in his utility belt.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
Just crushing Celeste's spirits.
Well, I got a key card. If that helps.
It does help.
Okay.
So I drop in and try and use the key card.
Okay, you swipe. You like put it up to the panel, and you hear a voice saying, "Welcome to work, Mr. Gregors." And floor 3 and floor 5, the locked symbol removes. By the way, there are 10 total floors.
Okay.
Let's go to 3 then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, 2 and 5. My bad.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot.
Let's go to 5 then.
Okay.
Okay, you guys head up to 5, and you find kind of an office space, like you've been seeing quite a lot of, a big room full of desks and terminals.
Let's explore the desks.
There is a fancy desk in the corner with a nice, comfortable mahogany chair.
Oh, mahogany. Alright, let's see what's in the desk.
The fancy one?
Yeah, sure.
Average perception check.
Success.
You managed to like scavenge 5 credits from the desk itself, and it's, by the way, in 1 credit pieces, just strewn about very, very randomly. But you notice that taped to the bottom of the chair is a tape.
So tape to the bottom of the chair is more tape.
No, is a tape. A tape like a.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, it's a roll of tape.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, no, fair. I mean, I said a tape. But sure.
I didn't hear a tape. I just heard tape. I was like, okay.
It's a roll.
Whoever this weird.
It's a roll of camo duct tape, and on it, it just has written the words, "For them."
And it has that label on it.
Okay. Well, I pop it into my iPod. Let's give it a listen.
Do you let Kasari and Cedric share the spare pair?
Sure. I tell him it's real gross though because of Cedric's weird earwax problem.
I don't have that weird an earwax. It's called human earwax.
Everything for you. That'll be 24,000 per crate. You said 23,000 the other day. Rates changed. While in transit. Fine. They said you were ruthless, but this? If they said that, you should have listened. Please, have mercy. I have a wife and kids at home. Please, I'll do anything. Mercy? I'll do better than that. I'm a customer. 20,000 per crate. Tell your friends in Nashida I'll be wanting a loyalty card. Yeah, whatever you say, Dragon Queen. What did you just call me? Dragon Queen? It's what the honchos in the Syndicate call you. No offense meant by it. I like it. Now get out of here and report to your masters.
Damn.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay.
Did anyone else think when the dude said, "Have mercy"? Because there's this line in Clone Wars where someone asks the Emperor to show mercy, and he's like, "Mercy? There is no mercy," and then he kills the person, or he like tortures them. And so I really wanted her to say that.
It's okay, buddy. We all did on the inside.
Anyway, I say this Dragon Queen, she's showing up in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Not
think
very good places.
I also think the word syndicate is interesting. What kind of syndicate do you think she's a part of?
A criminal one?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Maybe one that exchanges things.
she's not part of the Build-A-Bear Workshop syndicate. Yeah, it might be the Exchange.
Could be.
Because I always did call them the Exchange Criminal Syndicate, so...
The criminal exchange syndicate.
Oh, was something like that. It's words, though. It's words.
It's words.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, we can confirm. I say...
Is there anything else here? You said there was a terminal?
It's not powered.
Oh. What do the other desks have?
Did you go searching through them? There's a lot of them.
Sure. Hopefully with the help of everyone else to maybe lessen the amount of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a good kid. I'll help.
Probably have a brief scan across things.
Okay, why don't you all make average perception checks then?
Oh, I forgot to add my 2 setback. Alright, so I failed with 3 advantage.
You don't. None of you find anything interesting, but Sari and Cedric managed to scrape together 100 credits each.
Okay. I say, so who wants to join me as I jump onto the 6th floor?
Not this guy. Hey.
Hey!
Alright, so
Actually,
I'm
no,
gonna
I'll
go
say
to the
that.
6th floor.
No, I'll say that Kasari also found a keycard.
Oh. I say I found a key card.
No? Oh, let's see what floors it unlocks.
I put it in the elevator.
Welcome, Ms. Sanchez. And floors 9 and 10 unlock.
Oh, well, let's go explore 6, and then we can explore 9 and 10.
Okay, do you hops?
Yeah, I do my hops.
Okay,
Do you
successfully
mad hops?
get up on the floor 6. Does anybody join him?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
You said you weren't going to earlier. I was expecting a rebellion. Floor 6 seems like a storage floor. Lots of boxes.
Let's look through boxes, boys and girls.
It seems like most of what's here are barrels and barrels of colto.
Can I roll perception to see if I notice anything else?
Sure, make a simple perception check.
God damn it, I keep on forgetting these 2 setbacks.
You notice very faintly in one of the corners of the room some dry blood on the floor.
Oh. I go over to it with my tiny flashlight to see and try to follow the blood.
It looks like you can tell from looking at it that a lot of it was attempted to be cleaned. And what's left is what couldn't be cleaned, or at least if somebody tried to clean it, they missed some.
Can I roll a survival check to see how old the blood is?
Yeah, sure, it'll be hard. At least a week old.
At least.
At most 2 decades old. Those are what you would consider the boundaries.
Oh, good thing I have that problem solved. So I look to the group and I say, so there's blood over here, but I can't really tell how old it is. It's either somewhere between a week old and 2 decades old. That's about all I know.
That's quite a large gap.
I recognize that.
I feel like almost anyone could have made that estimate.
Look, it's a little hard to tell because they tried cleaning it. It's not as easy to discern.
Maybe someone cut themselves shaving.
Is there a mirror around it?
So I say, I know for sure that. Well, how much blood is it? Is it a lot of blood?
Not really. I mean, it actually has quite a large range. Like it's in lots of places of that corner, as if to indicate that there was a lot more of it at one point. But what's left of it is very
Yeah,
close.
I point out to say, I don't know, it has quite a range to it, and I don't know if someone bleeds that much when they cut themselves shaving.
They do if they lacerate their jugular.
I guess? Just an odd connection. So... I guess that's it in here.
Let's go up to floor 9, see what's there.
Yep. Okay.
Usually the fun stuff is all at the top.
Mm-hmm.
As you head up to floor 9, you find a very boring office. Now, floor 9 is it seems to be a living quarters of some kind. Very fancy, very foreign, red, very dark red linen sheets on a king-sized bed, red carpet flooring, very unusual for this type of building, and a kitchenette in the corner with a small bathroom.
Interesting.
Large, lavish red sofas scattered across the room. Some rugs, brownish.
These sofas, is it comfy?
It's incredibly comfy. One of the most comfy in the galaxy.
It's like a lounge room.
Yes. The sofas are made of leather.
Oh, it's a really nice lounge room.
As a hunter, you can definitely respect the leather they used.
Uh-huh. Do I recognize the kind of leather?
Average xenology check.
Okay. Nope.
No. You think it could be Wookiee pelt?
Uh-huh. I say, ooh, they have nice taste in Wookiee leather.
Okay. Is there any like drawers or anything in here, buddy?
There is a desk in the corner with some drawers.
I'm gonna go over and have a look at the desk
There's also a terminal.
and search it.
So so make a easy perception check as you look into the desk. You find a torn, ragged journal. If you open it, the language is foreign to you, but not too foreign. It's very similar in script to Basic, but it's clearly not Basic.
This is odd. Any ideas what this is, guys? Can any of you read this?
I think Cedric, you'd be the most likely to be able to figure it out. Would you like to make a core world knowledge check? It's going to be hard.
Sure.
I'll remind you of your destiny pool.
Sure, I'll use Destiny on this.
Okay, so it's not a language you've had a lot of experience with, and you don't remember what it is called. However, you've seen it once before. You were doing a little bit of reading on your off time after the war, and you can't translate it all, but you know that this is an ancient form of a language that was once used on Alderaan.
This was used on Alderaan. No, a long time ago.
Shada or Ditos from Alderaan.
It could be hers. We'll have to look more into this, and maybe get some of the Jedi scholars back at the temple to have a look through this, see what this actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm gonna pocket it and have a look at the terminal.
Or we could take it to a museum.
Okay.
On
The terminal has some personal security
Hmm.
and belongs to a Catalana Savoia.
Oh.
Let's see what I can do here. Kasari, do you want to help me a sec?
Sure.
You might be able to spot something that I don't. What's the difficulty on this, buddy?
Easy.
Easy.
Personal security.
And I assume you don't have any
Nope.
computers, Kasari. Okay. I'm not that good either, but
So, Celeste, were you watching?
Sure.
Okay, with that 3 advantage, you notice once again that you think that this type of hacking is very similar to that one game you played that one time.
I say, all right, step aside, you two. Step aside. I sit down, crack my knuckles, and get ready to play some Snake.
Easy computer games check.
I love how the hacking is like Snake somehow.
Yeah, you just gotta route the protocols before the protocols route you. Gnarly.
Oh my god.
oh my god.
So you manage to get in and you get access to a bunch of logs, right? But most of them are in the same language that journal you found. You notice a few basic words like plot, plan, scheme, just keep popping up. You think that, if anyone could understand this, and if the Republic was looking in to what happened on Malastair, these logs in that journal could help them a lot.
Is there any way we can download this stuff onto a flash drive? Do I have a flash drive on my utility belt?
Yeah. Actually, flip Destiny and you'll have them.
Okay.
Now you have a flash drive and you can download it all. You do notice, however, despite all the logs, also on this terminal is an audio log. In a very similar format to the ones you've been finding on the tapes.
Alright, let's listen to it.
You download it onto the flash drive too and try to
Yeah, sure.
get it on your iPod.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get you guys the label and I'll play it. This is what is called on the terminal.
Finally, I got through to you. Holy shit. You may know me as the Dragon Queen.
Ah, the Scourge of Malastair. Yes, I have heard of you. Giving a lot of my allies trouble in that part of the galaxy.
Well, I had to get to your attention somehow.
You know, most people who try to get my attention have a death wish. Not many know I exist.
People who don't know you exist aren't looking hard enough. You leave tracks everywhere.
Do I? Well, perhaps I have discovered a new loose end today.
I'm far more valuable to you than a loose end.
Perhaps you'll hear from me soon. In more secure channels.
Okay, well, I'm still having a heart attack because I'm dying from that voice modulation. It was amazing.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But I think, so this Dragon Queen lady, She's not yet in the syndicate, I don't think. I'm thinking she's trying to get in. I can't think of, I mean, unless that's something other than the exchange. I don't know, it's interesting. What do you guys think?
No idea. But I do think that the Dragon Queen lady is Catalina. Or what's her name? Because this is her personal computer, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
when you were hacking in,
Yeah.
it was definitely the profile of Catalana Savoya.
Yeah, Catalana.
Wait, let me go back up to those logs and see if CS came up. How is Savoya spelled?
S. 1 second, I'll find it exactly. Oh, nope, it's the wrong document. Savoya.
Okay. Well, there's no CS's back on the logs we read earlier, so that's interesting.
There is a TS, though.
Yeah, there is a TS and there's a CC, so I thought maybe if Savoya was spelled with like a silent C, but... What do you boys want to do next?
Let's go to 410.
Yeah, floor 10.
Okay. It's very, very similar to the Circa penthouse, except with no spore pod, luckily. Yeah, there's a big desk at the back with some terminals.
But that means are there two terminals on two doors on the side as well?
There are.
I say, do you think that we could find more shuttles?
Perhaps.
Let's find out. Well, I walk up to one of the doors.
Okay. It's an easy hack or a 4-digit code. No computer skills.
All right.
No computers game this time.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh, all dice canceled out. I say, sorry, you're an expert in this apparently, so why don't you give it a try?
Is it really fair for us to just keep checking it until one of us gets it?
No, but I'll give you one more if you want.
Okay.
I'll lean over and try and help.
Sure.
Leaning on the wall, just going,
Oh my
what
god.
about that?
You wall-leaning
What about that?
bastard.
Your wall leaning gives Kasari the energy to hack this terminal. That's the help.
Yeah.
The fury. The hatred. She wants to open it so that you fall out and fall off the skyscraper if it opens. Because you're leaning on it. And that happens. You die. End of session. No, it opens and there is no shuttle, but Cedric luckily wasn't leaning on it. This seems again like this was like an attachment for a shuttle at one point, but it's not there.
I said we check out the computers behind the desk.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have a look.
I actually search in the desks themselves too.
There are no drawers in this desk.
Oh.
Sorry. But the computer has some personal security. It'll be an easy hack, and you can use your computer games on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna play some computer games, boys and girls.
You also notice a snake leaderboard for Tyson.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I might just have to get real high on that leaderboard. That's for the hack, and then I'm gonna play some Snake after the hack.
Okay. Well, while you're playing Snake, then you guys, the other two of you, can look through like another just litany of logs and communication records. Most of it, once again, in this foreign script that you can't read, but you notice a few more basic words as you're looking through it, like contagion and a disaster. again, you think that if the Republic was interested in Malastare, this would be very useful.
I hand them my flash drive while I'm playing some Snake and say, get ready to go download that stuff.
Okay, we'll start downloading that guff.
You also notice that this computer is connected to, like, the galactic internet.
Oh! Can I get Snake leaderboards on the galactic internet?
There is a regional qualifier going on right now. If you wanted to do that, but it would take up all the bandwidth if the other two wanted to do anything.
Wait,
Dude.
are you saying a game of Snake is taking up all the bandwidth of an entire office building?
Have you seen this planet? Do you think they have fiber?
I say, guys, the regional qualifier.
Look, you can do a regional qualifier whenever it's on somewhere else as well.
I don't have a problem with him doing it. What do we need the internet for?
We can communicate outside of Malastare.
With who? Who do you want to call? Actually, shit. No, this is a good idea. Actually, yeah.
And if you guys wanted to send that stuff to the Republic too, that
I was already given permission, the regional qualifier. Here I go.
Oh, stop. I think it'd be funny if it's like, you do the regional qualifier, and then after it says, you've run out of minutes.
well, just before he finishes.
Oh my god. Oh, that would be terrible. Okay, I play Snake on a local leaderboards while they're doing their thing with the internet connection.
Sounds like a domestic dispute waiting to happen. What are you guys doing?
So, we can either send these files to someone, talk to someone, then send the files to someone. Or, like, everything at once.
I think we should Skype call the Republic and tell them to get on this damn planet. I sigh. I say, do you want me to call my contact and see if they have any interest in this planet?
Sure,
Okay.
I don't know many,
Is there like a
Republic.
Skype version in the it's like a Star Wars equivalent of Skype?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I access that, log into my Star Wars Skype account, and then begin to contact my contact in the Republic.
Well, before that, which one of you two has the highest vigilance? Les or Cedric?
I think
I have one skill and two.
I have 2 proficiency.
Then, yeah, you're better than me.
Okay. So, sorry, what were you doing? Who are you calling?
So whoever my contact was for the Republic previously.
That was Regional Commander Damlin.
Yeah, I'll call him.
Okay, he picks up after a few minutes and says, "Oh, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Hello, Celeste. What can I do for you?"
Are you aware of the planet Malastare? Well, me and my Jedi compatriots who I was traveling with seem to have gotten ourselves trapped on the planet's surface. We've
Yeah, I'm
discovered
surprised
that
you even made it there. It's a no-go zone.
we discovered that the planet's surface has been ravaged by a contagion of sorts, of hive mind, and we have a series of files that the Republic might be interested in to discover what happened on this planet.
Yes, that's again. I'm shocked. You're one of the first people to actually get there since the disaster. That'll be Chancellor Khan's area. So you should probably send that hit to his department.
Is it possible that I can send those files to you? I don't know how the bandwidth is working on this planet.
Yes, I'll get them to Senator. I mean Chancellor Khan, as soon as possible.
Okay, I begin to upload those files to through Skype.
All right, I have them all. What is this language? Gosh, it's ugly.
It's an ancient Alderaan language.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a bit funky.
It's all adding up now.
Hey,
By the way,
This is the
Danlin?
Savoya family's line. Wait. Oh,
Danlin.
Cedric! Danlin!
so we suspect. So this
By the way,
is so
while
we
you're
suspect.
while you're on the call, you notice Kasari weirdly shuffling towards a corner and trying to drop a ration pack on the floor.
What?
Kasari?
What?
Wait a second, Danlin. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm testing to see how sturdy the floor is. Did I hear any reverbs, Putty?
Did you hear any what?
Reverbs, you know, from dropping it.
I think I'm going to need context to why you're asking it to answer that question in a satisfactory way.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't really know why you're asking it, so I think that will...
I want to find the structural integrity of this room.
Okay, like, whichever answer would make it... Like, it's pretty integral. It's pretty, like, fine. It's sound.
Okay, cool.
I say, so we know for sure that Catalonia Savoya is involved with whatever contagion was unleashed.
Mr. Khan would actually like to speak with you.
Okay, sure.
I
Add him
rushed
to
back
the
over.
call. We'll have a group call.
Sure. No, I'll forward you on. I don't think he wants to be involved, but it's good seeing you, Cedric. When you're in town, we'll get drinks. All right. And
Yeah, sure.
he gets replaced by this kind of official-looking gentleman, clearly in a lavish office, who says, "Hello, citizens. This is a very sensitive matter."
Yes, and I've never been referred to as a citizen before. It warms my Trandoshan heart.
It's been a busy week here, what with the election and such, but this is top priority. I'm going to need to ask you to do something sensitive. Trust me, it is for the best of the Republic.
Yes,
And
Chance?
also, is there a reward in this?
Is there a what, sir?
A reward?
Certainly. I can't put a price on it right now, but trust me, you will be compensated.
Compensation's good enough, yes.
I need you to destroy those records.
What?
I need you to destroy those records. The political situation in the core wars is very...
May I ask why, friend?
The relationship between some of the planets in the core worlds right now is finely balanced. If it is found out that Alderaan has something to do with this, then no matter the specifics and the fine detail and the more nuanced opinions, I can assure you that many of my closest allies will soon become my rivals.
Here, I'll make a deal with you. We'll destroy these records, which are vastly important, and we're pretty sure could lead to several political figures getting their upheaval. If you somehow send us a ship to get off this planet.
He thinks for a second and says, most of the Republic fleet is currently engaged outside Corellia.
Okay, goodbye.
Maybe.
Wait, the Republic fleet is engaged with something?
Yes, there was this whole upheaval. There was... The Hutts tried to move in on Corellia, we think. A satellite just outside of it. And then one of the gangs in the Exchange Syndicate started going to war with the Hutts, and it was shutting down the supply lines to Corellia. And after last time, I wasn't going to have any of it. So as my first act as Chancellor, I sent the Republic fleet. We're not going to let Corellia starve again.
Good.
And
Well, it's a battle. We're fighting a massive Hut fleet and
ignoring that, moving on from that. And is there any possible way you could somehow send a ship here? We just need one good pilot.
Yes. Well, you need a great pilot. I know what Malastare is. Like, I would happily, if you were on Naboo, I would immediately send a ship. But I know for a fact that the survival chances of one ship are very low.
Send 100.
That's the thing. I would send 100, but they're currently engaged in Corellia, and I don't know if we can lose that.
100 good men to their death?
I mean, I will do what needs to be done.
Oh, shit.
I ran on a platform of strength, and I won this election like my father before me.
You know, us Trandoshans appreciate that.
So,
you know, as a second favor, is it possible that we could get Trandosha renamed to its proper name instead of Trandosha officially? I feel as though we had a discussion on this planet about just how racist that is.
You know what? I can definitely do that. If you destroy those documents, I will make it one of my core missions.
As though that's not an equivalent exchange.
Oh, well, I was happy to do it, but, you know,
That's actually a pretty
I can't send the ship.
That's a pretty big deal, changing the entire name of something, like, that's so culturally important.
Well, no, it's referred to as Hiscore officially on the planet of Trandosha, as you call it. But in the Galactic Senate, it's referred to as simply Trandosha.
Precisely. That's kind of a big deal.
It should be referred to as Hiscore.
I mean, people shouldn't starve in the streets, but that's not going to change the fact that stopping that is a big deal.
I'm just going to start calling Coruscant human then.
I mean, look, I'm not from Coruscant. You can call it whatever the fuck you want.
I'm not from Coruscant either, so...
Either way. Is there anything you can do from there to help us get off this planet?
Well, not right now. But if, you know, and I understand if you're on Malastare, you crazy fools, then it's not exactly like I can do it in time is going to suffice. But I don't think there is anything that I can do to help you right now, other than say that once there is available resources, we can come and help you. Although, if I'm being completely honest with you, if you've managed to make it onto that death trap, I'm surprised you haven't managed to make it off, because you're clearly miracle workers.
I say, well, I made it onto it, but it wasn't a landing so much as a crash landing. My skills as a pilot only extended so far.
I've got it. There are something we can do. We can send you maps of pre-disaster Malastare. Maybe you can find something using them. That's all we've got. We've got maps, we've got information, tour guides. It's all years out of date now, but we have information.
That might be good. We can get something from that at least. Like,
actually,
find where the spaceport is.
I have a better solution. We have all the time in the world to find a ship. But if it's possible, can you identify a material we have that we suspect might be the cure to this disease infecting the planet?
Possibly. We have smart people in that field. If you can get us a sample of it.
Oh.
What if they looked at it through a webcam?
They could give you they could give you an opinion that is surely more qualified than I or yours. But if I was a patient, I don't think I would trust that opinion, even how qualified they are. And I'm sure they would tell you the same.
I know you want to destroy those files, but is there any chance that we could look through them to see if they have any information on this material?
The files, If you destroy your copies, because I've just received copies, I will get them translated discreetly, and if I find any of that information, I can send it your way.
Okay, how about this? We'll try the webcam option, and then we'll move on to yours if I'm not satisfied with the webcam option.
How much bandwidth must you have on Malister? He cuts out.
Did he cut out?
He cuts out.
I turn to everyone and say, I'm not going to destroy these files, by the way.
Yeah, don't. Keep them safe. I have a bad feeling about them.
I say if we do find a ship, we should download these files onto its internal logs, and then we can destroy the files on the flash drive as proof to them, so they're satisfied.
Yes, that's a good idea. But there's something bigger going on here. If the Chancellor of the Republic wants this destroyed, then...
I never liked the Chancellor. He was always too hard on issues. We Trandoshans do not appreciate that.
I mean, if you're at all in tune with the politics, then Celeste, you notice that the guy you just spoke to has never been the Chancellor, as far as you know.
Oh.
So, and he also mentioned that there's a recent election.
Interesting. Have I ever heard of his name, though?
Khan, yes. You know there was a Chancellor called Khan for, like, years and years and years. And recently.
But that was not Chancellor Khan.
Well, it wasn't the Chancellor Khan that you know.
Interesting.
You also know that the old Chancellor Khan's son was the senator on Coruscant.
Oh. So he must have ran for election. Against his own father. Wow. Talk about hardline politics. I say, either way, let's find out, I say, you know, the more time that passes, the more I want to take a sip of that material we have.
If you're gonna do something with it, I would inject
Yeah, I
it.
know what you mean.
I think we already talked about that. If you're going to do something with it, inject it. Don't drink it, because we confer. I think we all agreed that it's much more likely that it's an injectable than it is a drinkable.
Oh no!
Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Then there was that weird
No, it was
potion
the
thing. Yeah,
other way.
that's right, the potion thing.
Because it's alchemical.
If you're going to drink it, make sure you drink a third. My worry is, what if it's only enough for one dose, and drinking a part of it will do nothing?
I say this. Merkava, though he's infected with the disease, has not shown any sign of the disease at all since he's so-called had it. Have you noticed that? I don't think he needs the dose. So what I'm saying is that maybe we can get by with half of it.
Maybe. But we should do it at what we need to do.
I say, look, Merkava might be nice now, but... And also, he's really fucked up, so it's hard to even tell.
Well, no, he was fucked up the same time I was, but he had no draw to the vine or anything.
What I'm saying is, if it's a disease, It's gonna eventually get him, right? Even if he's doing well against it now. It's only a matter of time.
You know, you're talking about weird Jedi voodoo. Do you think that whatever Jedi voodoo he's tapped into has somehow made it resistant to the disease, or even immune?
The dark side, from my studies, has been known to give people unnaturally long lives. It corrupts the body, but in doing so, it can sort of keep the body going longer than it should. It's why many Sith look detestable, because their body has been ravaged by the dark side. The price they pay for a much longer life.
Does this mean that he is immune to disease?
I don't know if it means he's immune to disease. You'd need to talk to a master at the temple about that.
Ah, damn it, and we wasted all our bandwidth talking to some random
too bad
senator.
We didn't call Revan, Jesus.
Well, to be fair, I trust the Republic more than I trust the Jedi. No offense. Well,
yeah,
maybe
really
you should take offense.
By the way, even though it cut out, you didn't check the bandwidth.
Oh. What's the bandwidth like now?
Well, when you log into the computer, you see you still have internet access.
Oh. I say... Do you want to try to call Revan? Your Jedi friend?
Yes. I think Revan needs to learn a lot more of what happened.
Revan.
I immediately react in a very... You can see that your defensiveness about not calling Revan has, like... You see, like, Kasari's eyes go white for a second, and then she just sort of calms down, and she's like, why don't you think we should call Revan?
There are things going on beyond, and let me contact someone at Dantooine.
Yeah, that makes sense. Things are going.
Take one
on.
conflict.
Things are.
I
say.
speak up too and say, "Oh, sorry."
Okay, I say, look, that is like that makes no fucking sense. You're like. You say something's in the beyond, and then I'm gonna call someone on Dantooine. That doesn't correspond logically as an argument. Sorry, you can talk now, Sus.
I say, also, I don't know much about Jedi, but I do know about Revan from my time in the Mandalorian Wars, and I know that he is quite skilled. Why shouldn't we contact him?
Reasons.
There is something going on, and
I turn to Kasari and say, I would support you if you want to get on there right now and call Revan.
I mean, you haven't provided any real reasons why we shouldn't call him. You've said vague things like, there's something going on, there's something in the beyond. Like, details, man. Otherwise, I don't see why we shouldn't. You have to actually provide an argument if you want to convince me. Or at the very least, an explanation. Even if it's not an argument, I need an explanation.
Revan.
I will not act based on vague sort of like statements.
I'd be especially
Revan
surprised
is being...
if you acted based off of vague statements due to the fact that you also felt dark side coming from the presence coming from him.
Look, Revan... I believe Revan is being corrupted. He's a good man, but his influences might not be true to the Jedi way.
What's your evidence of this?
I was contacted by an old friend, and I believe Revan's not himself turning to the dark side, but one of his close associates. He was also corrupted by the war. It changes people. Changed me. and we need someone who can see beyond that. That's why I want to contact my former master, who's... He might be a former war master himself, but has distanced himself from it, and...
I'm confused. Are you saying Revan is corrupted, or that Revan's associate is corrupted?
I think he is getting corrupted, but by this external influence.
Who told you? And what's the external influence?
It's not something I particularly want to discuss with you right now.
Oh,
you'll know.
Oopsie doopsie. Then
point.
I guess I'm gonna call Revan. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But like I said, I've already repeated this. I will not act based on vague promises and gestures.
Okay, just know that you might not be getting all the truth out of Revan's mouth.
I don't think I'm getting all the truth out of your mouth. Clearly. I mean, I look at Sless and I'm like, what, don't you think?
He lied. He's been lying a lot. He outright lied about the last thing he remembered today. I don't know if he's exactly... I don't know if you're exactly the most truthful person to trust, Cedric.
Call the temple gods, arrest him. No,
He is the temple god!
No, arrest yourself! Oh man, I'm dying. I say, look, I'll tell you what. We'll call your master. I mean, there's nothing stopping us from just making multiple calls, right? So, we'll call your master, and if I like what he has to say, and I think he's addressed my concerns, then we don't need to call Revan.
Okay.
I say, do you want my flash drive to upload files?
Who, me?
Yes.
What would I want it for?
Are you talking to the master?
Well, I think we're just all going to talk to him, aren't we?
Oh. Okay. Well, I have my flash drive ready.
It's going to be one big jamboree.
So I'm gonna contact Utrecht.
Okay, well, there's a Dantooine temple line, is what you're getting through.
Yeah.
And you see...
Hello, you have reached
See
the
the-
Dantooine Temple.
You see Dorak, actually, answer the call.
Oh,
Say, Cedric. It's been too long.
Yes. Is Master Falsworn around?
Yes. Would you like me to get him for you?
Yes, please.
You see him walk off screen, and like 10 minutes later, it takes a while actually, slowly limps onto the screen and says, Cedric, what can I do for you?
I believe that.
he's got to be old as fuck at this point.
Yeah.
Because he was already
Yeah.
really old.
He looks tired, by the way, Cedric. More tired than the last time you saw him.
I believe, Master, that. Well, we'll start the story.
You look different, Cedric. Is something troubling you?
One of Cedric's many
A lot of
mechanical
things.
arms falls off.
Yes,
You look tired. You should find some time to have some tea every once in a while.
of course, Master. And you see Cedric.
I don't
smile.
think we have enough time for tea. Can we
But-
keep this going? We don't know how long we have till we cut.
There's always time for tea.
Who is the angry one?
The angry one is a colleague of mine, Celeste.
Well, colleague, I can see you have a heart of a warrior, but occasionally it is good to settle down a little bit.
Master,
I would agree, but never mind. Have your conversation. We don't have time.
we're currently on Malister.
I once visited Malster. What a pretty planet it was, in its own way.
Well, I can tell you this right now. It's not pretty at all currently.
A shame.
And is currently near impossible to enter due to a planet bombarding ships out of the sky, and when you get onto the planet, a sickness has spread, a dark sickness across this planet, and
A dark sickness. Dark in what way?
I cannot tell for certain, but there is large elements of the dark side of the Force resting on this planet, and I am getting concerned by the nature of this. And
You say there is a large element of the dark side on Alistair. Maybe that is what Vanda has been sensing.
Vanda?
Yes, Vanda has grown very concerned over the last 2 days or so. He seems to sense something, but he can't quite put his finger on it.
I'm not sure it is. From what we've been investigating since we've been here, Malastair has been like this for maybe a year and a half. And
Probably you are right, unless anything has changed over the last few days.
I can also sense what Vandar is feeling. A storm on the horizon coming. But
No wonder you look tired then.
But I believe something closer might be of as much danger. And it's in relation to Malastair and the newly appointed Chancellor to the Republic.
Ah, yes, the young Khan.
We've just been in contact with him about files on Malastair relating to an Alderon. Not quite sure who she is, but he's known
Catalina
as
Sequoia.
Catalina Sawyer, known as the Dragon Queen. She seems to be related to what's going on here, but we can't decipher the text because it's Alderon language. And
You think this person, this Dragon Queen, is a danger to the Jedi, to the Republic?
I have a dark feeling that she is related to the Sith directly.
The Sith. Well, that is of great concern. Very well. I suppose some here will have to take a trip to Alderaan shortly. Is there any other information?
Yes, Celeste, could you send...
I begin to upload the files through Skype.
Maybe keep this under wraps, though.
I don't know how to use this technology, so I'll go get Vrook. He knows
before
how to
you
upload
go, before you go, try not to inform the Chancellor of this. I don't know why he wants these destroyed, but if he knows that we're giving it to you, then I would rather us not face some kind of punishment because of it.
Secrecy is a quality of the Sith, not the Jedi. And if we're investigating a danger to the Republic, we will unfortunately need to involve the new Chancellor.
Can the Jedi ensure our protection?
You have Jedi with you, do you not? Very good Jedi, the finest Jedi, my apprentice.
I look between the two and say, that one has lost 2 limbs since I met him.
3.
But Cedric's strength is not in his body, it is in his spirit.
Okay, but he's also a downer, and the other one is a Padawan.
You have a Padawan with you on Alistair.
I sort of jump into the frame.
And I say, And I say, Merkava, the other one you're talking about, is currently in a colto tank for who knows how long because he lost a limb, was bleeding out, and might almost be dead.
I don't know why you would take a spacecation to such a dangerous planet.
This is a spacecation for you.
Did I know Utek from my time at Dantooine?
How long you spent? Like a while at Dantooine with Shao, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you would have seen him arrive. Maybe, yeah, I think you would have probably been introduced. Maybe had a spot of tea, maybe once or twice.
I say, "Hi, Master Falsworn, it's me, Kasari."
What are you doing halfway across the galaxy?
I'm looking for Shao.
And that's why we came to Malastare in the first place.
Well, I can't say I commend your recklessness, but I suppose I must commend your bravery. You're much like a young Cedric.
I vomit a little.
Well,
Just be safe, okay?
we shall, Master. But as I was saying, we
Remember that time that Cedric ran away from all his friends and left them in a cave to die? That was such a brave man.
Oh yeah! Finally clicked the trial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cedric in episode 2 of the original series, like freaked the fuck out and abandoned the party.
Oh. Brave Cedric.
Brave Cedric. So, Master, the issue is that we've just been in contact with the Chancellor, and I believe that the Dragon Queen is actually a close ally of his, and he doesn't want to...
Cedric, I would like you to think through what you're telling me. You have told me that the Dragon Queen you believe to be related to the Sith, and you now believe that the Chancellor is related to this Dragon Queen. I would like you to think to yourself, and then ask yourself this question: do you believe the Chancellor is involved with the Sith? And then tell me that if you believe it.
Yo,
I don't believe
choose your words carefully. We're about to reenact the third movie.
It's treason then.
Utek starts killing all the other Jedi, and we're like, "Whoa, what's happening?"
I don't necessarily believe he's related to it, but
I look at Cedric and say, I don't know anything about the relationship between the Jedi or the Sith, or what Catalina Savoya wants with this planet, or why she unleashed a contagion that has so far killed almost an entire city. But I do know this, that the Chancellor himself wanted these files deleted so that his allies do not turn against him. So clearly, something within these files incriminates him and connects him to the disaster of Malastare. I feel as though that with the investigation, that some care with these files should be taken to not incriminate him, so that the person, if he's... Let me rephrase this. So that if he is incriminated by them, that he doesn't have the opportunity to delete or interfere with them, so that proper justice could be handled.
I believe, and I can't read these files, so I can't tell the exact relationship, but from what I've heard and believe, that the Chancellor doesn't know exactly who he's working with, but but he knows they are powerful and has influence in a lot of places, and that...
Is it possible that the Chancellor merely wishes to, in clearly a flawed method that I do disagree with, but is it possible that the Chancellor wishes just to maintain stability in a very unstable republic right now when we face such a great threat?
Honestly, that's what I thought it was. I don't know about all this like conspiracy theory stuff.
I know you were recently
Maybe.
on Corellia, Cedric. The Separatists won the election there.
Ooh. Good boys.
They're looking for an excuse.
The murderers and terrorists.
Maybe.
There's
That's
a
Just
war
why...
going on
that
in the middle of the core worlds right now with gang members and huts. The Republic is not stable nor strong.
excuse me,
Oh my god.
sir or master. I don't know what to refer to you as.
Theresa
because
May
I'm-
falls out of a vent and then just
You may-
scurries off. And we're all like, what the fuck?
You may call me Utek, warrior.
Okay, Utek. I feel as though that is possible, and frankly, I don't agree with the idea either. But as someone as apparently wise as you to be trusted by these two Jedi, would you not feel as though it would be in the best interest to not take any chances?
And
Oh, certainly, and I will be giving these files.
we
to
must
Van Ar-
overthrow the Senate. They can no longer be trusted. It is Jedi leadership which must guide the Republic.
And I believe the Vandar will certainly be taking a trip to Alderaan's shortly. But I would not... All I'm saying is that Cedric, and he looks at you directly, I would try not to worry. Calm yourself and let go of your fears. And just carry on with whatever it is that you need to currently do.
There's
I will
a-
handle the
Cedric
rest.
hears a voice in his head say, "No, no, no! Embrace your hatred."
You know what they say about fear being a path to something, don't you? I say there's something else I'd like to talk to you about, Master.
Certainly, Kasari. What is it?
I believe, and I don't say this lightly, I don't say this at all lightly, and I've thought about this a lot, and I'm fairly certain on what I'm about to say. But I believe that Merkava has completely fallen to the dark side.
This is very concerning. Do you believe him to be an enemy to the Jedi and the Republic?
It's hard to say, but aren't all Darksiders not to be trusted?
Is that what your master taught you?
What did my master teach me?
So you seem to have a pretty solid belief on the ways of the Force already. So I'm just going to say you can decide that.
Well, but it's not my, it's your character though.
No, I mean, okay,
I feel
I'll
like
change
I'm
it to-
deciding Chow's beliefs.
I'll say, what did your masters teach you? And it's not necessarily her belief if she taught it to you. It's just what she thought she should teach you.
Oh yeah, like the watered down version. Yeah, she's like, oh, I can't swear in front of all these kids. Anyway, I say we were taught that the dark side leads to evil, that the two are inherently linked, that they cannot be separated. That
Do you believe Merkava is far enough down this path that he is dangerous?
Well, I must say, I've never felt such an evil or such a dark presence. I mean, in a person, because I also felt the weird thing in on Antar, and there was there's obviously been some weird stuff, but would you say, Putty, that it's the darkest person I've ever felt?
Well, it's definitely the darkest person you ever felt. That I don't think that necessarily means he's the darkest person you've ever met. Just that he had no control over it when you could feel it from him, and it was just he was out there to bear.
I say he just felt absolutely corrupted by the dark side. I mean, he was using it as a weapon. It wasn't like he was controlling himself in any way. He would release these dark energy bursts and kill things with the dark side itself. It was like a force that he could control. It wasn't normal. It wasn't a light side ability. Every time he did it, I could feel shockwaves through the force. He was crackling with energy. It even sometimes would hit me, and I would feel slightly darkened by its mere presence. And he uses this weapon without much regard.
Do you like my advice, or the advice the Jedi would like me to give you?
I would like to arrest him. No, well, I'm talking to you.
Smart answer.
Well, okay, I don't like it now.
Yes, yes, yes!
More sometimes when your comrades are compromised, they are a danger to both themselves and their friends. And sometimes it is a mercy to stop them from being compromised.
Whoa.
Evil act, or one wrong, to stop a friend that may once become an enemy. Even if that means doing something that you never thought you'd have to.
Damn! Oh fuck! I did not expect that. I thought he was gonna go like really fluffy on that answer. I thought he was gonna be like, "Look, friendship can stop everything." Oh my god! Okay, Kasari's jaw just drops, and she's.
Well, he was a former warrior, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Sometimes my colleagues think everybody can be redeemed, but some people can't. I've seen it with my own eyes. That is a lie they tell people to feel better, to ignore their pains and their fears. And pains and fears are difficult and dangerous, but sometimes you have to let go of them and do what needs to be done.
Oh damn! I sort of like start scratching my head, and I'm like, "Thank you, Master. You've given me a lot to think about."
He nods.
Runs towards Merkaba with lightsaber drawn.
Is there anything else, Cedric?
Duel of the Fates begins to play.
Master turns
Is it
into
really
a
Duel of the Fates when he could just cut him in pieces while he's in it?
That's why it would be hilarious.
Will there be anything else, Cedric? I will bring this up. I will call a meeting of the full council. Well, everybody who's here. There's a lot going on right now, both here on Coruscant. We're missing a lot of our members, but we'll call everyone who's here, and I will let them know what you have told me, and I will let them know what you have told me, Kasari, and we will see what we can do.
Thank you, Master.
Cool. Good to meet you. Oh, wait, no, I've already met. Good to see you again.
Brooke, how do I turn this thing off? And you see a hand reach.
Wait, is it Brooke? I say hi, Brooke.
You only see the hand, but you hear a grunt when you say hi, Brooke.
Okay. I say, so are we calling Revan, or are you satisfied?
I think it's funny because Rook's probably only a little bit younger than Falsword, so he's like, Falsword thinks of him as like the IT guy. That's great. Yeah. Wow. By the way, Putty, out of character, my head is like killing me. Are we gonna wrap this up?
We were gonna wrap it. It's just Celeste asked you a question.
Oh, what was your question, Celeste? Sorry, I almost.
Are we contacting Revan, or were you satisfied?
I was satisfied.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that case,
I'm going to
figure
get
out
on
whether. Oh, go on. No, go.
I was gonna say I was gonna play in the Snake regional tournaments.
Oh.
All right. Well, we find out how far in the Snake Regional Qualifiers Slash will get next time on Duel for Utapau.
Okay.
Huh?
Who hasn't written the description in a while?
I think me, actually.
Okay. Well, why don't you outro us?
Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys next time.